Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a hot one for you today. June 14th, Sunday, Game 3 of this three-game set between the visiting Ridgefield Raptors and your Marion Berries, and they're wearing the berries and cream jerseys, probably my favorites here in the summer of 2026. Cream caps, red bills, got the SMB logo. I think they're clean. Facing off against the Raptors, who won the series after Friday and Saturday in pretty dominant fashion, 21-5 in the runs department. I think it was a little bit closer than what the score suggests. We're to come back inside the Minuteman press box, and I'm going to say hello, Cole Weber, your voice of the Marion Berries here in the summer of 2026. Excited to be back with you. As always, it's a pretty hot day. It's 90 degrees. It feels like probably 3 times that here in the press box. But we're going to power through. We're going to do it for you guys. We're going to talk a little bit about what happened yesterday in Game 2. It was a big win for Ridgefield. Didn't look like that at the beginning. Here's Nolan Rowe, our player of the game last night, with a double to left center, driving in Taryn Carlson from first base. That was the second run of the bottom of the second inning. And the Bears were up 2-0. Looked pretty good. Jackson Blank was dealing at 5 strikeouts to the first 3. And then we got to the fourth, and Ridgefield blew it open. Here's a double down the third baseline by Regan McCluskey to score 2 runs. They put up 6 in the fourth inning, and they didn't stop there. In the 6th inning, JT Summers, a tattooed ball to left field, 3 runs off 1 swing. Brought them to a 5-run inning, and just like that, they were up 11-2 after 6. They tacked on a couple more. Here's Isaiah Hearn with a double to the opposite side. Continued his great series, had a 2-run home run Game 1, RBI double Game 2. Ridgefield took a 13-2 lead. Marion tried to rally something in the 9th. Kyson Barney got it going. Not the greatest base running, but a double's a double. Slid a little bit early, but he got in there safe. They cut it off the throw. Ended up scoring a run in the 9th, but the loss was still 13-3. And that gives us the current WCL South Division standings. Ridgefield in first by a game and a half, 10-4. Corvallis right behind them. They lost a game last night to the Bend Elks, who snapped a 7-game losing streak that started right here in Salem. Walla Walla, they're 9-6. Yakima right behind them. Portland got a win yesterday against Bellingham. And there's your Berries. The Berries and Cream logo, 6-7, right in front of Bend and the Springfield Drifters down in last place. That's what it looks like early in the season. 13 games in for Marion. We've got a long way to go. Only halfway through June. But we will take a break here on the broadcast. Come back. Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Welcome back, Berries fans, Raptors fans, who's ever tuned in. We appreciate it. The Ridgefield Raptors coming down from southwestern Washington, 10-4 on the season. They started it off 3-3. They've lost 1 series this year. That was a 1-2 series at the Kamloops North Paws. They started it off with 3 series consecutively against North Division opponents, and then they got into South Division play, and they've been fantastic. They've won 7 of their last 8. They're 4-1 in the South. They're looking for their second sweep of the year. They get a win tonight on Sunday. Following the culmination of this series, they will head to Portland on Tuesday and then host Walla Walla over next weekend. The Raptors wearing the black hats, black tops, silver pants. Probably not the day that they wanted to do it. 90 degrees in the all-black. Oof, could not be me. I'm going to have to sit up here in the press box with the fan blowing the warm air. The Berries 6-7 on the year. They're 5-3 at home. They started things off 5-1, and they have since lost 5 games in a row. Dropped 4 of 5 on the road trip to Yakima and Corvallis. They've lost the first 2 games of this series, trying to gain some momentum back tonight. A win would bring them back to 500. Following the end of this series, they will finish off a 3-gamer against Corvallis tomorrow at Goss Stadium, and then be on the road at Walla Walla over the week. But now we will move to the national anthem. We're going to have 2 people singing it, Sydney Tompkins and Ada Schwartz of the McNary Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thanks to Sydney and Ada. Great rendition of the national anthem. Members of the McNary Choir. It is Agriculture Appreciation Night presented by Flav-R-Pac and Willamette Valley Fruit. I'm going to have some more fun facts for you as we get settled in here into the game. But we will move on to the painting of the plate presented by Sherwin-Williams. It's looking a little dirty to me, and there's our guy getting the white paint on there. Doing a fantastic job on Agriculture Appreciation Night, Sunday, June 14th. First pitch, couple minutes away. Yeah, he's getting really into it. Fantastic job. Barry gives him a high five. He earned it. And that brings us to our ceremonial first pitch. And that will be Sidney Flores of the Oregon Potato Company. We'll see what Sidney can do right here. I heard rumors that he was going to come in with a breaking ball on the first pitch. Not bad. Little inside. That does it for the first pitch, and we will head to our pregame interview. I had the opportunity to talk to tonight's starting pitcher for the Berries, Colton Amai Nakagawa. Welcome back, everybody. It's pregame before Game 3. Berries trying to stave off the sweep against the Ridgefield Raptors, and I have our starting pitcher tonight, Colton Amai Nakagawa. How are you feeling today? You're going to be on the mound, inning number 1. You feel ready to go? The arm feeling good?
Yeah, I feel great. It's been a while since I pitched, but it's been getting the work in every day, throwing catch, making sure I stay in the gym, keeping my lifting going. Yeah, I feel great.
Absolutely, man. You got the whole routine going. You started last week up in Yakima. How'd you feel pitching against the Pippins?
It was hard at times. Well, they're a good hitting team. They hit the ball pretty well. I lost command a little bit, but then I started finding it again later on in the game. But I felt great up there. It was great first experience, college game, and I think I did pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're being a little harsh on yourself because you struck out 5, you threw 4 innings, you kind of kept that high-powered offense
kind of pretty steady, and you ended up winning the game 9-2. I think it was a great outing for you.
Yeah,
And you're
thank you.
coming back
Yeah.
for outing number 2 against Ridgefield, and this is another high-powered offense. Is there anything that you're going to try to do tonight to try to keep them off the extra bases?
I mean, yeah, they're a great hitting team. You know, we played in the past couple of days. They put up big numbers on that scoreboard. But I think just, you know, keeping the ball low, away from their bats, I think that's helped a lot. And, you know, I trust my defense behind me. Very, very good people in the field behind me.
Yeah, that's a sign of a mature pitcher using your defense. I mean, they're there for a reason, right? It's not 1-on-1. It's 9-on-1 pretty much every time. Get ground balls. Yeah, that's a great plan. We were just talking about how you've grown up on the island of Oahu, rooting for Hawaii, and that's where you're going to go. Coming out of high school, you're going to be a Warrior. How does it feel to be able to play for the team that you grew up watching?
It feels great, man. I mean, you know, I grew up watching them pretty much my whole life. You know, watching their games, actually, I wanted to become a pitcher, you know, watching their games. I just thought it was so cool, you know, seeing those pitchers every Saturday night, go out there, do their thing. And, you know, being able to put on that uniform, represent the home state with my family behind me, being able to come to my games, watch me pitch, you know, that's something that's very, very special to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I feel for you. I'm super excited you get to go wear the green and black. That's awesome, playing for the team that you always grew up watching.
Yeah.
Colton Amai Nakagawa starting tonight against Ridgefield. I appreciate you talking to me in pregame. Go out there, get that arm loose. Let's get ready to get a win tonight.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's hope Colton can have a great outing here tonight in Game 3. But my pick for player to watch, guy coming back for his second game of the summer, Tyler Dunning, starting at shortstop, batting fourth. Here was his single last night. Kind of gave him a scare there. I thought he was going to get back pick at first base from right field. But if you're coming in to tune into the Tyler Dunning Show, you're coming for the defense. Dude plays a great shortstop. The glove is sure-handed. The throws are great. Smile there. He's got the lettuce peeking out the back of the cap. It's nice to have him back. There's him sliding in safe. You can remember we used to have dirt and grass out here at Chemeketa. It's all turf now, but a smooth slide when he was wearing number 24 in 2025. My player to watch, Tyler Dunning. See what he can do. Berries trying to stave off the sweep, trying to get a win here in this 3-game series. Lineup is going to look a little bit different for Ridgefield. They've only had 2 guys play all 3 games. Leading off for them, the shortstop, batting first, Michael Perazzo. He's wearing number 10. Ken Tomitaka, he's played all 3 games. The third baseman batting second. In the 3 spot, the right fielder, number 23, Zach Wattis, back after a game off in Game 2. In the cleanup spot, it's the first baseman, number 35, Cade Lodahoff. Right behind him, Gavin Poffenroth, the former Black Bear of Cowlitz. He's playing left field. Batting sixth, the man behind the dish, Bo Rico of Fresno State, wearing number 11. In the 7th spot, a new face in the series. Starting at second base is Jackson Weber, no relation. In the 8th spot, the DH number 9, our beer batter tonight, Brock Lightgib. And last but not least, in the 9th spot, the center fielder, number 3, Noah Albanese of St. Martin's. That's who Coach Chris Cota has tabbed to start Game 3 of the series. And here is my guy, Colton Amai Nakagawa, getting his second start of the summer. And he didn't think he pitched very well against Yakima last week. I think he did. 4 innings, gave up just 3 hits, 1 earned run, 5 strikeouts, just 2 walks. Didn't get the win, but the Berries did 9-2 over the Pippins. Their 1 win of that series, losing 2-1 up in Central Washington. Colton pitched for Pac-5 out on the island of Oahu during his high school years. Grew up in Honolulu. He attended University Lab, but I was talking to him before the game. And there's this thing that they do out in Hawaii. Smaller schools who don't have all the sports, they come together and they create these consortium teams. And that was Pac-5. He played football, was a quarterback, highly touted one at that. Obviously a great pitcher, and he's going to be going to the University of Hawaii for his freshman year in the fall. 6'1", 205. I've already mentioned it twice, but it is a hot day. Stands not as full as we're expecting. I do anticipate more people rolling in as we go as the weather continues to dip, but it's hot right now. 9-0. As we come up to the first pitch, that's Michael Perazzo in the left-hand batter's box, the shortstop. Pitch number 1. Down the pipe. Amai Nakagawa, strike one. Right on time, 5:15 p.m. on a blue-skied Sunday in Salem, Oregon. 0-1. Curveball catches the outer part of the strike zone. We have an 0-2 count early. Michael Perazzo, junior from Sacramento State. Grew up in Redwood City, California, and a graduate of Junipero Serra High School. Down 0-2, here's the pitch. Pokes it out towards center. Danny Weidman coming in to get it. Loses the cap, but he makes the grab. Danny Weidman patrolling center field for the Berries for the third game in a row. He's played every game of this series. Gets out number one. Perazzo had to fend off a really nice curveball on the outer part of the plate. And following him in the order, Ken Tomitaka. He's had a great series. 5 hits in 2 games, 5 for 11, 4 singles and a double last night. 1 RBI. Check swing, but it was in the zone no matter what. Tomitaka, another California kid, just finished off 2 great years at Santa Ana Community College. He was the Conference Player of the Year, led them to an OEC title. He's transferring to UC San Diego, and he's going to line one into left for our first hit of the day. Tomitaka, 6 hits on the series. Just a perfect frozen rope to left field. Colton's going to go over there with a pickoff. Not in time. Backsliding safe is Tomitaka. He's batting .275, coming in with 11 hits, now 12, 7 RBIs, 3 extra base hits. First pitch of the at-bat to Zach Wattis after a day off is back in the lineup, playing right field. Wattis going into his senior year of college baseball at Loyola Marymount. 6'4", 210. Here's a line drive from him down the right field line. Tomitaka's going 3. Wattis will hold up at first. Got 2 singles after a leadoff fly ball. Looking good for Ridgefield. Runners on the corners. Two base runners out there for Cade Lodahoff, redshirt junior at the University of Michigan. He's been all over the country. Grew up in Bradenton, Florida, went to IMG Academy, then up to Michigan, in Ann Arbor for college baseball. Now he's out here playing his summer ball in southwestern Washington. Down 0-1 in the count. Fouls it back up against the screen. He's down 0-2. Lodahoff last night, 1 for 3 with a double to left center. He was hit by pitch twice. Grounded out and popped out. 3 for 8 on the series, 2 doubles and a single. And obviously those 2 hit by pitches. The 0-2 bounces to the plate. That's Martin Serrano back there. Colton Amai Nakagawa's catcher, your battery for the Berries here on Sunday. Keeps it in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes for the Hawaii kid. Southpaw, come to the plate. Fly ball to left. Brought in by Berg. He's going to go to the plate. Throw is offline. It was definitely in time, but brought Serrano too far away from the plate. And a sacrifice fly scores Tomitaka from third. We've got a 1-run lead for the Raptors. Pop out to left, did the job. Evan Berg had the time. Throw was a little left. Gavin Poffenroth coming back to the plate. Didn't play yesterday. Played game 1 where he was 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Flew out and struck out. Zach Wattis slides back into first safe. He's got the oven mitt on his right hand. 1-0 pitch. Finds the zone. Evens the count. Poffenroth from Vancouver, Washington, wearing the all black. Played for the Cowlitz Black Bears last summer, a 2025 WCL All-Star. Spits on a curveball, drops into the zone. Poffenroth, 47 games last summer, .302 batting average. Playing outfield for the Raptors. There goes Wattis, sliding in safe to second. Stealing a bag, Serrano mishandled it on the transfer. Another runner in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nakagawa to the plate. Fastball in the zone, strike 3. Nice pitch to end the inning. Nakagawa surrenders 2 hits and 1 run as the Raptors take the lead into the bottom of the first. That's where we will go. Cole Weber with you. Marion Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Coming right back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1/2 inning in the books. Berries will be up to bat here in the bottom of the first. Starting lineup for Coach Tucker Brock tonight. Leading off the left fielder, number 9, Evan Berg. Behind him, the center fielder, number 3, Danny Weidman. Martin Serrano back in the lineup, batting third, playing catcher. Tyler Dunning in the cleanup spot, the shortstop wearing number 40. Behind him, the designated hitter, number 19. He's switched numbers since the last time we saw him. Cale Barney, the future Beaver. In the 6th spot, right fielder, number 22, Gavin Price. Sat his first game of the summer yesterday. He's back. Behind him in the 7th spot, first baseman, number 20, Jake Dodge. Aukai Arujo-Waya will be back at second base, batting 8th. And batting 9th, the third baseman, number 41, his first start here at home this summer, Trenton Herzog. That's who the Berries have in Game 3, and on the mound for the Ridgefield Raptors, that is number 45, Justin Brown. Just finished his warm-up pitches. The right-hand pitcher, going to be a redshirt sophomore at the University of Michigan. There's a Michigan connection. He's 6'3", 210, graduate of Northville High School. He will face off against Evan Berg, third start of the summer. Berg takes one off the ribs to start things off. Leadoff base runner. Probably not the way Evan Berg wanted it to go. Free 90's a free 90. One pitch, one plunk. That's what we have for Justin Brown. Gets away from him. The Michigan native now will face off against a guy who had a great spring. Danny Weidman pops up the first pitch. Mr. Weidman, a first-team all-conference selection at Butler Community College. He was second-team all-region in 2026. One of the inaugural Berries All-Stars. Spits on a curveball, drops right into the middle of the zone, 78 miles per hour. Falls down quickly, 0-2. This is Weidman's third start in center field. He's 2 for 7 in the series with 2 infield singles. 0-2 pitch. No, we're going to have a pickoff attempt over to first. Berg safe. Evan Berg, 13 stolen bases this summer. That is second in the West Coast League. He's been a thief. Here comes Brown. Breaking ball. That one was close. Weidman leaves it, and that's ball 1. Umpires tonight, same crew as game 1. Behind the plate, Taylor Schneider. On the bases, Bryce Reeves. 1-2 from Brown. Fouled back. Would have been above us in the min-man press box, but the netting's there. Part of the new renovations and construction here at Chemeketa Baseball Field. Marion Berries home in 2025, 2026, and as far into the future as we can see. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs, runner on first. Here comes Justin Brown. Another foul ball. Staying alive in the box is Danny Weidman. Had a workout with the Houston Astros earlier in the week. Guy getting a lot of looks. Spent the fall at the University of Oregon. It didn't work out there, as it sometimes doesn't in this world of college baseball. But he made the right decision, goes to Butler Community College. And there's a nice pickoff move by Brown, and we've got a pickle. Berg, the pump fake, Perazo tags him out. It's a great job by Justin Brown. Sneaky move. Especially to a guy with the speed that Evan Berg has. Sends him back to the dugout, and we've got 1 out. If this was Star Wars Day, I would say it's a trap. But it's not. It's Agricultural Appreciation Day. We've got a 1-2 count to Weidman. Swings and misses. No. Foul ball. Again, staying alive. I believe it's the 5th foul ball of the at-bat. Count remains 1-2. Here's Brown with a payoff pitch. Fastball, low and outside. Evens the count. A lot of people suffering through the rays of sun beating down on us here in Salem as Weidman pops up another one out of play over toward the concession stands. Coming upon our 9th pitch of the at-bat. Weidman doing everything he can to stay in the box. Another 2-strike pitch from Brown. Fouled back again. You're not going to get Weidman that easily. Waiting for something good. Danny batted .312 in 41 games for Marion last summer, hitting 2 bombs and 18 RBIs. First team all-conference in the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference. He's worked his way to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Currently, the plan for him is to head back to Butler for 26-27, but we'll see how it goes. MLB draft coming up. There's that fastball missing low from Brown. Here he comes with the 3-2. Swung on and missed. And Brown wins the battle, a long one. A lot of pitches it took. It's a good at-bat for Weidman, but he's going to have to go back to the dugout after the swinging strikeout. We've got 2 outs, nobody on for Marion. First matchup between Brown and Martin Serrano, and these 2 guys probably going to see a lot more of each other next spring. Serrano swings and misses. He's the future Ohio State Buckeye going up against the Michigan Wolverine. Bad blood. Here's the 0-1. Grounder to second. That's brought in, and the throw is made over to first by Jackson Weber. First time touching the ball this series, and he gets the out. And that does it for inning number 1. 1-0 lead for Ridgefield. They had 2 hits in the top of the first, none for the Berries. We'll go to the top of the second after this break. Berries baseball live on YouTube in the WCL live app.
Going to learn about the game. Leroy?
Today we're going to, in the minute to win it, we're going to do Blown Away, where Henry and JJ got to blow up balloons and then use the escaping air to get the cup to blow across the table. They have 3 cups. The first person who blows all the cups across the table wins. Ready, set, blow. All right, we're going now. There we go. Lung power. Nature wins. All right, try to get it off. Let's go, see if we can do it. All right, we learned something there. As a group, you guys tie. Give me a high five, Henry and JJ.
Yes, and the winner there was Mother Nature.
Yes, the winner was Mother Nature.
Easy for you to say. Don't forget to check out our merch store, by the way, located right near the main entrance. Whether you're shopping for yourself or getting the perfect gift for a Berries fan, we've got...
Welcome back, everybody, on the live stream. Today's broadcast is brought to you by AOE Chiropractic, a fully mobile practice who will come to you in Salem, Portland, and throughout the Willamette Valley. Visit aoechiropractic.com for a free 15-minute video or phone consultation. Nobody out there in the bullpen. I wouldn't want to be out there either, getting beat down by the sun. Big old 9-0 on the thermometer. 1-0 lead for the Raptors. They're up 2-0 in the series, all-time against Marion. Ridgefield 6 wins, the Berries just 2. So they've had the Berries number going back to their first season in 2025. First home series against the Raptors for the Berries. And we will have Bo Rico leading off. Started behind the dish in game 1, doing the same thing here. Going to be a senior at Fresno State. Swings and misses to start the at-bat. Rico playing college ball down in the Central Valley of California. That's where he grew up in Visalia. Went to Redwood High School. As Nakagawa misses with an outside breaking ball in the dirt. Bo Rico didn't play for the Bulldogs in 2026. Spent 2 years at Fresno City College, so he's used to the area. An ABCA All-American, an FCC Athlete of the Year in his community college conference. And there's the V standing for Valley. Fresno State repping it on all their uniforms throughout their sports. I think that's one of the cooler aesthetics in college sports. Navy and red. Here's the 3-1 from Nakagawa, low, and he will walk Bo Rico to start the second inning. We've seen a lot of walks here from the Berries pitchers throughout this series, and if there's a team that doesn't need that help, it's Ridgefield. They've scored 109 runs through their first 13 games. Coming into the series, they were first in homers, second in RBIs, second in runs. They score. Fastball finds the zone against Jackson Weber, and this is our first opportunity to see him at the plate in the series. Weber, his 6th game of the summer. 2 hits, 12 at-bats, as we see Colton try to pick off at first. Weber, the 6-footer, 185 from Phoenix, Arizona. Graduate of Horizon High School. Spits on the curveball, and that's right down the middle. Nice pitch from Nakagawa. Berries and cream sundae. There's the uniforms. Berries don't usually wear red, but it's a special day. 5:15 first pitch every Sunday here at home. We will be back. They'll be wearing the same jerseys a week from now against the Yakima Valley Pippins. 0-2 pitch. Popped into the air to right. That's Gavin Price going to get it. Makes the catch. Tosses it in to second base, and there's out number 1. Another debut in this series, Brock Lightgib, our beer batter tonight. You could see based on the yellow gloves and the M on his batting helmet. He goes to Michigan as well. Chopper to third. Trent Herzog gets the out at second. At first, the dig, it's made. Double play for the Berries, 5-4-3. Nice job by all three of those dudes. Herzog, Aukai, and Jake Dodge with the nice pick at first to quickly end the inning. So the Berries rebound defensively, don't give up a run in the second. We have to watch this one again. The chopper to third. Herzog handles it, gets it out of his glove, and Aukai, the nice transfer over to first base to end the inning. We will go to the bottom of the second after the break. Live on YouTube and the WCL Live app, this is Marion Berries Baseball.
The final touches together ahead of opening night, but as you can see, all brand new synthetic turf, and the real coup de grace, I would say, is all of our brand new seats that we've installed. So we'll have some hospitality decks in the corners as well by the bullpens, and of course our fun zone and our new inflatable wiffle ball field making its debut tomorrow night as well. We also purchased a new smoker for our new barbecue concession stand, so we'll have tri-tip sandwiches, brisket sandwiches, barbecue pulled pork as well, and expanding off of our award-winning Marion Berry barbecue sauce. We're going to be having our first fireworks night on the 3rd of July here at the ballpark, and then on July 17th, we're also going to be doing a drone show for all the fans. Check out our promo schedule. Every single night there's something different going on, something different and unique for families.
Welcome back, everybody. We got a couple fans below us in the Minuteman press box enjoying some Berries concessions. Looks like onion rings of some sort. Got a new, revamped, improved concessions menu this year. We got the brisket, burgers, hot dogs, fries, nachos, whatever you want and more. We've got it here at Chemeketa Baseball Field. Gonna have to come on out and give it a shot. Bottom of the second for the Berries. Only got through the first three batters in the bottom of the first, and that brings us to my player to watch, Tyler Dunning, who will take a first pitch breaking ball in the zone for strike one. Dunning, 73 inches tall, 190 pounds, from Rancho Santa Margarita. Thought about another breaking ball. Did he go? No, sir, he did not. Following Dunning in the order, we've got Cale Barney and Gavin Price right in the meat of the lineup. Dunning completed his first year at college down at UCLA. Moves ahead in the count 2-1. He was 1 for 4 last night in his season debut. Single to right field, grounded out twice and struck out. He takes a fastball inside, 90 miles per hour. 3 balls, 1 strike from Justin Brown. Guy's 1-0 record on the summer, 6.75 ERA in 8 innings. Came in with 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. The 3-1 pitch popped up into the air. Might be out of the stadium. Sunday, June 14th, 5:39 p.m. The hottest part of the day. A little bit of a breeze blowing toward right field. The 3-2 is in the zone. Drop down in there from Brown. Dirty pitch. Does the job. Gets Dunning looking for out number 1. 78 mile per hour curveball right down Broadway. And he'll go to the fastball to start against Cale Barney. That's in the zone. And here's the guy to telling the Barney twins apart, because we saw Kyson last night. Kale's the lefty. Kyson's the righty. Kale will pull it to his dominant side. Ground out. Lodahoff brings it in and steps on his own bag for out number 2. Hard hit baseball to the wrong spot. It's kind of how it's been for Kale to start this summer. This is his second week in Marion. All it takes is one hit to open the floodgates. Now Gavin Price. First pitch breaking ball finds its way. Gavin Price, the Salem kid, playing summer ball in his hometown. Graduate of South Salem. Brown goes back to the breaking ball. It misses low. Gavin Price starting in right field. 6'3", 210 pounds. There's a liner to right. Getting carried by the wind, but into the glove of Zach Wattis toward the warning track. That's another quick inning for the Raptors defense. They're getting the job done. Tough for Price. He got a hold of it, took it opposite field, 97 off the bat, right to the right fielder. So after 2 innings of action, the score is 1 for Ridgefield, none for your Marion Berries, and we will go to the top of the 3rd. Marion Berries baseball live on YouTube and the WCL live app. Taking a break.
And the first one back is gonna win. Ready, set,
2, 1, go!
there they go. Sea Salt and Vinegar's off to a quick lead. Honey John's losing their costume. Sea Salt and Vinegar is first to make the corner, while Honey John goes around on the inside. Turns around, here goes Sea Salt and Vinegar with a good hop. Honey Dijon's trying to be behind. Oh, Sea Salt and Vinegar wins. Honey Dijon is second, and Jalapeno is a spicy third. Give it up for our racers and Kettle Chips, the best smelling factory in Salem.
A lot of Game 3s taking place across the WCL tonight. A lot of finals. It's about split 50-50. Some games start 1:05, some start at 5:05 on Sundays. Walla Walla beat Kamloops. Edmonton won the series against Yakima Valley. Nanaimo 16-9 over Wenatchee. Victoria dominated Springfield. Bellingham took the series over the Portland Pickles. And Kelowna shut out the lefties of Port Angeles. Corvallis and Bend, and us and the Raptors going on right now as Colton Amai Nakagawa starts the inning off right with a fastball down the middle. Bottom of the Raptors order, that's Noah Albanese. Center fielder wearing number 3. 6 feet tall, 185 in the LB's department from Kenmore, Washington. Playing his college ball at St. Martin's. Going to be a senior in the fall. The 1-1. Nakagawa goes back to the fastball. It worked out for him. 1-2 count. Albanese at St. Martin's. It's D2 baseball in the GNAC, Greater Northwest Athletic Conference. He was the GNAC Player of the Week back in February. Offers at a breaking ball, fouls it back. Played 29 games for St. Martin's in the spring, batted .320 with 31 hits. Had 18 RBIs and 19 stolen bases. 1 for 4 last night with 2 walks. Had 2 RBIs as well. Fends off another breaking ball. Two strikes, have to choke up, expand the zone. That's what Albanese has done so far. We saw Tanny Weidman do the same thing in the first inning. I believe he had 7 foul balls in the at-bat before eventually losing. Fastball just misses. A couple inches out of the zone. There's that pitch. That's a great 2-strike pitch. Close enough. And Nakagawa misses with the high breaking ball, evens the count. Berries have dropped the first 2 games of this series, 8-2 on Friday, 13-3 on Saturday. Grounder to second, Aukai Arujo Waiao gloves it, throw to first, gets out number 1. his third start of the series at second. Jake Dodge, second night in a row, playing first. That's the right side of your infield. On the left, Tyler Dunning at short, and Trenton Herzog at third base. He just finished off his high school career up at Tualatin. Going to be an Oregon Duck in the fall. Swing and a miss by Michael Perazzo. That's a great question. Fudgesicle or orange creamsicle? And that might be close for some people, but it's not even close for me. Orange creamsicle all the way. One of the best desserts of all time to me. That's up there. It's a great question by Captain Crunch. Don't know if he's the official brand sponsor of the cereal, but we could look into that. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on for Perazzo. Nakagawa. There's a pop-up down the third baseline. Herzog giving his best effort, but it drops down in foul territory.
Is anyone down with OPC?
And this would be the day to enjoy a refreshing orange creamsicle. I see ice cream around the ballpark. 0-2. Pitch out in the dirt. Try to see if you could get Perazzo fishing. Perazzo stays patient. Another fastball from Nakagawa. Low and outside. Best spot to be, it looks like, is right below us in the Minuteman press box. There's the shade. Seems like everybody's got something in their hands, either a beverage or a food item. Alki getting some work this inning. Another ground out to him. Charges in on the slow roller and makes the throw to Jake Dodge. We've got 2 down here in the third. A look at our reserve seats. If you want to come out to the ballpark and enjoy a Berries game, use the code BerriesLive. It gets you a free reserve seat ticket. Special to the broadcast. You're welcome. And here's Ken Tomitaka with 2 outs. Nobody out on the bases for him. 1 for 1 with a single to left field so far on his day. Leaves a fastball up to push the count to 2-0. Ken Tomitaka, 5'10", 175. 2 for 6 last night. Got a lot of work. Played the whole game at third base. And he is up 3-0 in the count. Agriculture Appreciation Night here in Salem, presented by Flav-R-Pac and Willamette Valley Fruit. As Nakagawa pumps in a fastball in the low outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike. Tomitaka will walk. So a base runner for Ridgefield here in the third. Gives them a breath of life. Two outs for Zach Wattis. He's 1 for 1. Single down the right field line. Takes a first pitch fastball. Low in the zone. Just a little bit ago on your screen, that was Jake of Sauce Studio and Design. Taking great flicks, videos, whatever the Berries need media-wise, he's got it. Doing a great job. A swing and a miss from Wattis. Puts Nakagawa up 0-2 in the count. Wattis from Chandler, Arizona. Played 57 games for the Loyola Marymount Lions in the spring, batted .216. There goes Tomitaka as we see a fly ball to right. Gavin Price camped under it, and he will make the catch. And that's 3 outs in the top of the third. 2 consecutive scoreless innings for the Berries defense. keeps the score 1-0 in favor of the Raptors. We will go to the bottom of the third. Berries baseball live on YouTube and the WCL live app coming back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I mentioned the code Berries Live. That gets you a free reserved ticket. Gets you the nice stadium seats. A 1-0 lead for Ridgefield. They're up 2-0 in the series. Game number 3 here on Sunday. Berries and cream. That's the jerseys we see here. Berries, cream tops and bottoms, cream caps. You're just coming in. That's the Ridgefield Raptors wearing the black and gray. Justin Brown still on the mound for them. Starting off against Big Hoss, Jake Dodge. Goes up 1-0 after the first pitch. Fastball, excuse me. The 1-0 is fouled off by Dodge. Going into his 5th year of college baseball. Spent the last 2 semesters at Metropolitan State University, Denver. He is currently in the transfer portal looking for a new home. It's a chopper to first. Lodahoff is going to toss it to his pitcher, Brown, who steps on first base to get out number 1. Alkai Arujo Waiao, the second baseman, has gotten some work out there at the 4 spot today. Gets his first at-bat. He's played both games of this series thus far. Kind of shimmies out of the way of an inside curveball up near his face. 1-0 count. Alkai is 6 feet tall. He's 195 pounds. From Mililani, Hawaii, the team who actually just won the Hawaii National Championship. So we see a fly ball to right. State championship. 2 outs quickly after the fly out by Arujo Waiao. Still no hits for the Berries through 2 2/3. And we have come to the first at-bat of the season for Trenton Herzog. As a starter, he got a pinch hit at-bat last night in the 9th inning, filling in for Taryn Carlson. He struck out looking, trying to change his fortunes here today. Finds himself in a 1-1 count after the low fastball. Herzog from Tigard, Oregon. Grew up rooting for the University of Oregon Ducks. It's a liner over the head of the second baseman, Weber. Gets down in right field, and Trenton Herzog ends the no-hitter for the Berries. Put one up on the board in the H column after the Trenton Herzog single. 83 off the bat. And that's just a textbook base hit into the gap. Herzog, the number 2 overall catcher in the state of Oregon, 5th overall prospect coming out of high school. It was a dream come true for him to get to play ball for the Oregon Ducks. His family never thought it would happen, but he progressed as a baseball player was on the watch list for 6A Player of the Year coming into this season. So we see a fly ball to the gap in left center off the bat of Evan Berg, but it is caught. Ranging over to make the play is Gavin Poffenroth, and that will end the inning. Through 3, Ridgefield, 1 run, Marion nothing. 3 hits total on the board. And we will take a break and head to the top of the 4th. Berries down 1. Live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. We're coming back after this.
The final touches together ahead of opening night, but as you can see, all brand new synthetic turf, and the real coup de grace, I would say, is all of our brand new seats that we've installed. So we'll have some hospitality decks in the corners as well by the bullpens, and of course our fun zone and our new inflatable wiffle ball field making its debut tomorrow night as well. We also purchased a new smoker for our new barbecue concession stand, so we'll have tri-tip sandwiches, brisket sandwiches, barbecue pulled pork as well, and expanding off of our award-winning Marion Berries barbecue sauce. We're going to be having our first fireworks night on the 3rd of July here at the ballpark, and then on July 17th, we're also going to be doing a drone show for all the fans. Check out our promo schedule. Every single night there's something different going on, something different and unique for families.
Welcome back to Chemeketa Baseball Field. Berries fans, any Raptors fans who came and tuned into the broadcast. Here's another look at the South Division standings. Ridgefield at the top. Marion in 6th thus far, about 13, 14 games into the season. Raptors above the Knights, Sweets, and Pippins. That would be the playoffs if we ended today. Pickles, Berries, and Elks, all 3 playoff teams last year on the outside looking in. Springfield in the basement. Colton Amai Nakagawa with the starter. He remains on the bump. He will lead us off with a fastball. Hefty swing and a miss by Cade Lauderhoff, going for it all. He's driven in the only run with a sac fly to left field. Scored Ken Tomataka from 3rd. Outside curveball. Evens the count at 1-1. Here comes the southpaw of the dish. Breaking ball misses low, and that moves us to a 2-1 count. But it's a super hot day, and it is super refreshing to see this guy right here, Luis Magallanes, our ticket sales manager. Luis, how are you feeling on this fine, fine Sunday evening?
Hey, what's up, Cole? I am feeling much better now that I have one of these berries and cream sundaes with me here.
So tell me a little bit more about what that is, because a guy who's sitting up in this 150-degree press box, that thing looks delectable. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so this one right here, so it's going to be a different one every Sunday home game through our sponsorship with Willamette Valley Fruit and the Oregon Potato Company. So thank you to our sponsors for that. But essentially what it is it'll be 3 scoops of ice cream, a different berry syrup and topping every week. So this week it's blueberry. And then a neat thing that they did actually is they cut up a blueberry muffin and added that as a topping. So yeah, man, like this thing's awesome.
Man, it's a hodgepodge of a bunch of different desserts thrown together to make a puzzle of goodness is what I'm hearing from you, Luis.
Yeah.
I could definitely use one of those right now. So how about you enlighten me and tell me where a guy like me, if I wanted to come down and get one of those, where could I find it here at the ballpark?
Absolutely. So if you get lucky, I'll send this one up to you. But for the rest of the fans here, so they can find these at the dessert stand. So the dessert stand is located between the home plate seating, and also the infield reserved 1 section on the third base side.
Gotcha. So if I was going to come down the ladder in the press box and go to the left, I would walk right by it on my way to the exit or near the women's bathrooms. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Fantastic. Is there any other items that are similar to that we're offering here today?
Similar to this, no, this thing is unique. However, on a recurring basis, I mean, we have our Umco ice cream, which is delicious. So, like, yeah, we have our vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and also our berry cheesecake flavor. So we have our recurring flavors every time. We also have from Sewell Sweets, we have a few different Marion Berry themed desserts, like baked goods, like our berries turnover is one of a very popular one, or like the Rice Krispie baseball cookie. That's another one. So yeah, we got very good selection there between the ice cream and the baked goods.
It sounds fantastic, Luis, as we just saw an unfortunate turn of events for the Berries right there. A swinging bunt. Martin Serrano picked it up, but the throw to first was wide left, ended up in right field, and advancing all the way to second was Gavin Poffenroth with one out, now a runner in scoring position for the Raptors. But back to you, Luis. I got to put you on the spot. You listed off a bunch of different ice cream flavors. I'm a big cheesecake guy myself. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
I would say that my favorite one in general is cookies and cream. I'm very partial to that. I actually worked at Baskin-Robbins in high school, and it was the one I kept going back to, honestly.
So as a guy who was working at Baskin-Robbins, did you ever get sick of ice cream, being around it all day, every day?
I wouldn't say sick of it because, I mean, I still enjoy it regularly, but I did not eat it as much as you'd think working at that place.
And it's ice cream, so you just can't get sick of having ice cream. It's one of the best things that we as humanity have created.
Pretty much.
if we're going to keep it specific to what we got going on here at the Berries, what's the best ice cream flavor that you think we have to offer?
I think the best one that we have to offer is that berry cheesecake one that I mentioned, and then I gotta say that the strawberry also hits really well. To me, it's refreshing, but then if you were to ask my wife, for example, she's partial to the chocolate.
Yeah, that's very fair. Chocolate, there's a big section of the community that's on the chocolate side. I'm a vanilla dude myself.
I can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. That's Old Faithful for me. But we got all those options at the dessert stand down to the left of the Minuteman press box. Tell me a little bit more about the concessions as a whole. What's new this year?
The concessions as a whole, man, we got a lot of great stuff. So, for example, front and center, right when you enter the ballpark, you have that big Texas-style smoker for Berries Barbecue. And that one is brought to you by Frankie, our concessions manager, who he'll be too humble to say this, but he's actually won awards at barbecue competitions, so he knows his stuff when it comes to the smoking the meat low and slow.
Yeah, Frankie Pardo, head of concessions, he's fantastic at what he does. As we saw a ground ball over to Jake Dodge at first. He stepped on his bag for out number 2. Got a runner on third for the Raptors. Yeah, Frankie has expanded the concessions menu. I had the opportunity to try the brisket a couple weeks ago. Tell me what you thought of the brisket specifically, Luis.
The brisket specific, I had one of those 2 days ago, and his brisket is just on point because you got that smoky flavor, you got a little bit of the bark that kind of stays with it on chopped brisket, and yeah, it just falls apart. It just like melts in your mouth, kind of tender. That's what we're dealing with on the brisket.
Yeah, it's perfect. It was heaven on earth, if there is such a thing, in that large smoker right as you walk into the stadium through the big Berries arch. As we see a 1-2 pitch miss outside. Deuces are wild here in the top of the fourth. Raptors up to bat. Anything else that's new on the food side, on the beverage side, Luis, that you can tell us about?
The couple of things I'd mention is our berry lemonades, because we have those in those color-changing cups, brought to you by our sponsor again, by Willamette Valley Fruit Company. That's another popular one. And then Los Panditas are back for a full season for the Mexican flavor.
And that's great to hear, Luis. I appreciate you coming on and giving us the lowdown on all things desserts, food, lemonade, anything you want here at the ballpark. You're great, and we just saw an out to end the inning. Tyler Dunning kind of muffs the ground ball to start, but the throw to first is in time, and a great stretch by Jake Dodge to get the third out of the inning. Luis Magallanes, thank you again. I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, Cole.
And that will do it here for the top of the fourth. We'll head to the bottom half of the inning after this break. Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL live app. There was a little bit of danger there in the top of the fourth for the Berries defense, but they get out of it unscathed. And that was Gavin Poffenroth, who advanced on the error by the catcher Martin Serrano. Went all the way to third, but he was left there stranded to end the inning. So no runs again for Ridgefield. Up 1-0. Let's see if the Berries can even this thing up. Danny Weidman leads us off. Struck out swinging back in the first on the long at-bat, 11 pitches. Brown to the plate. Chopper to third. Tomitaka kind of jumped up on it, but he makes the throw. Guy slower than Weidman would have been a much easier play, but ended up being kind of bang-bang in time for the Raptors. We got one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Got up on Tomitaka quick. He was playing near the green, as we have seen Weidman lay down a bunt before. Saw it yesterday. Bunt single. There's Martin Serrano fouling it off of his leg. He grounded out to second in his first at-bat. This is a guy on the season, his 11th game played, 7 hits, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs, and that puts him 7th in the WCL, leads the team by a good margin. Leaves the slider low and outside, evens the count at 1 apiece. Martin Serrano from Pocatello, Idaho, and a graduate of Pocatello High School. Swings and misses through the 89-mile-per-hour fastball. Brown blows it by him, and he's been really good. 37 total pitches, 11 of them in 1 at-bat. 27 of them strikes, 2 strikeouts, no runs relinquished. The 1-2 pitch, fouled back up against the screen. Martin Serrano, great high school career at Pocatello. Was an all-state selection and state championship game MVP as a junior. Batted .481 that year with 32 runs batted in. Kept it going with a few long bombs as he swings and misses through the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball. This has been how it's went for the Berries offensively in this game. 2 quick outs, nobody on. Didn't give Tyler Dunning a lot of help. He's up with 2 outs. Struck out looking in his first at-bat of the day. He was my player to watch for Game 3 of the series. And he will leave a curveball up. Dunning, a graduate of J. Sarah Catholic High School in 2025 down in Southern California. That's where he grew up in the greater LA area. Spits on another outside breaking ball. Second team All-County in 2024 as a junior. Slugged .361. He won a CIF Division I championship at J. Sarah as a sophomore. Coming out of high school, the 5th-ranked shortstop in the state of California. That's pretty tough to do. There's a lot of people live down there. 40 million. He was a top 55 prospect nationally, and there's a reason he went to UCLA. Backed up what's probably going to be the player of the year, Rock Chalowski, and maybe the MLB #1 pick. Fastball from Brown finds his zone. Counts 3-1. Tyler Dunning 1 for 5 on the series after his looking strikeout to start today. Brown with the 3-1. Swung on and missed. We've moved to a full count. Dunning for the #1 ranked Bruins going into the NCAA tournament. Did not think that they were going to get knocked out in the group stage. That's how it went, as Dunning fouls that one off the end of his bat. The Los Angeles Regional was tough. Cal Poly, St. Mary's. That was a fantastic game, elimination game between the Gales and the Bruins. Cody Kashimoto, former Berry, scored the winning run. Driven in by Makoa Sniffen as Dunning lines one into center. Noah Albanese. Few strides to his right and gloves it for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Justin Brown. And it is a scoreless 4 innings for the Berries offense. Down 1-0. We will go to the top of the 5th after the break. Berries baseball live on YouTube and the WCL live app.
explaining. You guys ready for the best Trap Capital Auto Group trike race of the year? We got Fred, Alicia, Mitch, and they're gonna come down here and go around me for some reason, and then go back. Go! Alicia cheats, tries to get out early, but it doesn't work. Mitch doesn't understand how a trike works, and Fred finally gets traction. Alicia's the first in the lead, got first to the ground, the corner, tries to do the cowbell, it stops. Fred's going wide, Mitch is going on the inside. It's gonna be down. Oh, Mitch gives up his will to live. Fred is gonna make it, and Fred is your winner. Give it up for Fred. And I retract all statements about the most entertaining of the year. They couldn't even pedal. But we like to thank Capital Auto Group for sponsoring the trike race.
Welcome back, everybody. If you want to join us for the 2026 season of Marion Berries Baseball, get a free reserve ticket using code BerriesLive at MarionBerriesBaseball.com. Got a lot of opportunities left on the summer following the end of this home series. We'll be coming back on Friday the 19th. Yakima Valley's got a 3-gamer over next weekend. We'll do the same thing 2 weekends from now. Corvallis will be here the 26th through the 28th. We're going to get into a groove. Away during the week, home on the weekends. We're doing it for you guys. Salem faithful. Top of the 5th. Colton Amai Nakagawa still out there. We got a swing and a miss from Brock Lightgibb. Misses on the fastball. The designated hitter, also the beer batter. That's why you heard an array of cheers throughout the Chemeketa baseball field. Soft ground ball is foul over toward head coach Chris Cota of the Ridgefield Raptors. He's been the only coach in their history, 7th season. Alongside him all 7 of those years, Coach Nick Allen. I had the opportunity to chat with him for a couple minutes during the Raptors batting practice in pregame, counts 1 and 2. Coach Nick Allen, the head coach at Ridgefield High School. He's been doing that for the last 13 years. And there's Coach Cota, guy who spent the last 26 seasons coaching College of the Canyons. Here's a swinging bunt to the right side. Nakagawa shows that pitchers are athletes too, comes off the mound and makes the play. Throw to first for out number 1. Both these guys, Cota and Allen, super experienced. Nick Allen also teaches history at Ridgefield High, and they're still currently in school. He said they've got 3 days left. He actually had to finish teaching on Friday and come down to the ballpark separate from the team to make game 1 of this series. Got 3 days left. Final day of the school year for them is on Wednesday. Overlaps with the WCL schedule. They wait for no one. Counts 0-1 to Noah Albanese. 0 for 1 with a ground out. And he leaves the fastball in the dirt. Counts 1-1. And there's Coach Allen right there. Teaches history. There's a grounder to the 6 hole. Dunning backhands it. Throw to first. He is safe. Noah Albanese beats it out. It's a nice pick by Jake Dodge. But Albanese has some speed, I mentioned. Playing for St. Martin's as a junior, sold 19 bags. Playing center. Obviously, he's got some wheels. Infield single. Dunning usually gets around and charges those kind of balls. Elected to go with the backhand. And it worked out for Albanese. 1 out, 1 runner on as we go back to the top of the order. Michael Perazzo fouls it back between the legs of the home plate umpire, Taylor Schneider. No balls, 1 strike. Agriculture Appreciation Night as Albanese slides in safe to first off the pickoff. And we live in a state where ag is a big part of everyday life. Oregon at the tops of a lot of different crop production here in the United States. As Nakagawa misses with the high breaking ball. Oregon is the nation's leader in grass seed production, producing nearly 2/3 of the total cool season grass seed in the entire United States. Got another breaking ball, misses out. 2 balls, 1 strike. You might have heard this before. Grass seed capital of the world, the Willamette Valley, where we are right now. That includes Marion, Lynn, and Benton counties. Serving as the world's primary supplier of grass seed. If you didn't know, you do now. Counts 2-1 with 1 out to Perazo. The state of Oregon also routinely top 5 in berry production as we see Albany steal a bag. I don't think there would have been a play no matter what, even if Serrano had fielded it cleanly. Albanese gives the Raptors a runner in scoring position at second. He's there for Michael Perazo. The Sacramento State Hornet with 14 hits on the season, 11 RBIs. Watches a fastball, 86 miles per hour. Catch the outer half of the zone. There goes Albanese. Stealing it, standing up. The 3-2 from Nakagawa. Said, if I'm going to walk you, I'm going to have to do it the hard way. Hits him in the upper back. Hit by pitch gives us 2 runners in the top of the 5th. That brings up Ken Tomitaka, third baseman. Before we go to him, we're going to have a mound visit. Colton Amai Nakagawa, 4 1/3 innings pitched, just under 80 pitches. This is his second start of the summer. Pitched against the Pippins last week. 49 strikes out of those 79. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. He's given up just the 1 run back in the first inning. It's been a defensive ball game almost halfway through. Berries and cream sundae. 2 arms warming up. There's number 50, Brody McMullen. Haven't seen him yet this summer at this ballpark. One of the Barney brothers, I believe that's Kyson. They switched numbers. Number 18, Platinum Blonde. He's warming up. Not a pitcher, but getting the arm loose. Going to leave Nakagawa out there at least for the next batter. That was the pitching coach, Lindsey McCarger, strolling out to the mound and strolling back to the dugout. This is his second season on Coach Tucker Brock's staff. Guy with a lot of experience in his own right. Former softball coach at Jervis High School. Was an assistant at North Marion with Brock in the past and pitched at Western Oregon University. Counts 1-0 to Tomitaka, who's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. He scored the only run of the game. Leaves a fastball in the dirt. Ken Tomitaka, 2 years at Santa Ana College, very successful in that. Has parlayed him into a D1 spot, UC San Diego. Counts 2-0. Serrano can't bring in the curveball, but it's in the zone no matter what, 74 miles per hour. If you live in Oregon, you're probably not aware that this state produces 99% of the United States commercial hazelnut crop, and Serrano can't bring in another low curveball as both runners steal bases. Albanese was into third easily. They're out there for Tomitaka, who's got an RBI in this series. 3-1 count. Gonna see a good pitch here. Hazelnuts, also known as filberts. 3-1 from Nakagawa. Liner, that's gonna get down in the outfield. Left center. Both runs will score easily. Perazo coming around quickly. 2 RBI single for Ken Tomitaka. He comes through to give the Raptors a 3-run lead. Tomitaka 2 for 2 tonight. Makes him 7 of 13 on the series. He's been lights out. And just took that low fastball, picked it up, and sent it to the outfield. Colton Amai Nakagawa He will come off the mound. Signal by Coach Brock to the bullpen. That does it for Nakagawa's day. 4 1/3 inning, gave up 3 runs, 3 hits. Had 2 strikeouts. Second start of the summer. The future Hawaii Warrior. A lot of action in the West Coast League today. Bunch of games have already gone final. Walla Walla beats Kamloops 8-5. Kelowna beats Port Angeles 8-0. Victoria up in Vancouver winning the series over the Springfield Drifters. Edmonton 7-run win over Yakima. That one started at 1:05 Mountain Time. Got done way before we started here. Corvallis up 3-0 over the Bend Elks in the bottom of the 4th. Nanaimo put up 16 runs on the Apple Sox. And the Bellingham Bells 9-5 over the Pickles. 2 games going on right now. This is one of them. We had the opportunity to talk to Luis Magallanes about the concessions, and here's a fan in the comments. The pulled pork, mac and cheese is really yummy with the Marion Berry barbecue sauce. I'm going to have to try it. This guy's vouching for everybody out there. Come on out to the ballpark, Chemeketa Baseball Field, and have the pulled pork mac and cheese sandwich with the Marion Berries barbecue sauce. Sounds delightful. We've got a new pitcher on the bump for the Berries. That is number 50, Brody McMullen. McMullen, the 5'11", 170-pounder from right here in Salem, graduated from West Salem High School in 2022. He was first team All-League as a senior. Also an honorable mention wide receiver, doing it in both sports. Spent his first year of college baseball redshirting at Lynn Benton and then pitched for the Roadrunners for 2 years. Was 5-1 with a 2.28 ERA, 11 starts in 23 games. Transferred to Southeastern University in the state of Florida for 2026. Appeared in 18 games for them. He will pump in a fastball, back pick. It's a good thought by Serrano behind the dish. Not in time. Tomitaka slides back in safe. We've got 1 out. Runner on first for the Raptors, up 3. And Zach Wattis at the plate. Martin Serrano behind the dish. 12th game of the summer. Good frame. 88-mile-per-hour fastball out of the hand of Brody McMullen. Was 3-1 for Southeastern. 3 starts this year, 3.63 ERA, 39 Ks. Fastball sitting in the high 80s. And it's hammered to right center. Getting down in the gap, rolling all the way to the wall. That's Wattis going 2. He's thinking 3. Tomitaka's going to score all the way from first. And Wattis slides in safe to third. An RBI triple rolled all the way to the gap. Hit the Oddmo's Pizza sign. That's 3 runs here in the inning for the Raptors. 100 miles per hour off the bat. It was a fastball up in the zone, and Wattis jumped all over it. So now there's nobody out there with 1 out for Cade Lauderhoff. Takes a first pitch strike. Fastball down the middle. 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Sacrifice fly RBI. There's a liner. It was dropped by Herzog. Nobody knew what was going on there. Herzog had it in his glove, came out. Lauderhoff was basically walking down the line. So they're going to get the out at first on what ends up being a 5-3 play. Wattis stays put at third after his triple. 2 outs now, top of the 5th. As McMullen goes with the breaking ball. Here's the liner. Hard over the hot corner. Herzog couldn't bring it in. Lauderhoff was running. He probably would have been safe. McMullen touches 90 for the first time for strike 2 against Gavin Poffenroth. 0 for 2, but did reach on that error in the last inning. Looking for his first hit of the series. Grounded to third, backhanded by Herzog. The throw over there, picked up by Jake Dodge. The Cowboys got him. And that will do it. 3 outs in the top of the 5th, but Ridgefield extends their lead. 3 runs off of 2 hits. They go up 4 as we will go to the bottom of the 5th here at Chemeketa Baseball Field, home of the Marion Berries, live on YouTube and the WCL live app. We're coming right back.
Fire or mold damage. Summit Cleaning and Restoration is proud to serve our community since 1979 with 24-hour emergency restoration and specialty cleaning. Delivering fast and last.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are halfway through game number 3 of this series, and it has been dominated by the Ridgefield Raptors. The Berries just 1 hit today in the box. Ridgefield has come through with 4 runs, and it's been Justin Brown on the bump, who's really been dominant. 3 strikeouts in 4 innings. He's coming back for the 5th. They have so far scored 25 runs in this series, 4 today, to just 5 by the Berries. Getting ahead of myself. Hopefully they can get to 6 sometime on this Sunday evening. Justin Brown, slider in through the back door against Cale Barney. This is his second at-bat. Grounded out to first base. Ladoff got it unassisted. The 0-1, low and outside. Cale Barney from Nolensville, Tennessee, decorated high school player. Leaves another pitch low below the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike. The 9th ranked first baseman in the country, according to Perfect Game, Cale Barney. He will turn 19 in September. There's a hard ground ball in foul territory. Just missing assistant coach Kevin Moffitt. Way out of the coach's box, down on the first base side. Coach Moffitt, the athletic director and head baseball coach at Kennedy High School, the 2A level here in Oregon, as we see a fly ball to Albanese in center. He takes about 3 steps backwards and makes the catch, barely has to move. Coach Moffitt and the Kennedy Trojans just took home the 2A state championship title last week. He wasn't here for our first homestand, those 6 games in 7 days. But he's back, manning first base. Brown, that's a great pitch. Slider coming down into the zone, breaking away from the righty Gavin Price, who coming into this game, he's had a hit in 10 games in a row that he's played. Fouls that one back. No balls, 2 strikes. Price quickly down in the count. The South Salem Saxon 1 for 3 in game 1 with a single to left. Leading the Berries in batting average on the season, .310. High chopper to third. Comes down in foul territory. Tomitaka lets it go. Price with 13 hits on the summer, 4 doubles, 4 runs batted in, 8 walks, which is 3rd on the team. This is his 13th game in the summer of 26 after his freshman year at Louisiana Monroe. The 0-2, up at the eyes of Price, 6'3", that's hard to do. 90 miles per hour. Justin Brown still going strong. Hasn't thrown a lot of pitches. A lot of 3-up, 3-down innings. Just one hit for the Berries. 2-strike pitch, low and outside. Evens the count. Price playing with a couple high school teammates, Noah Scher, Sawyer Nelson. And he spits on a breaking ball. That one was close. Leaves the bat on the shoulder. Ends up working out for him. 3 balls, 2 strikes. There's another look. Definitely close. Good attempt by Rico to frame it. And that one, he knew it immediately. Left the bat on the shoulder. Can't do it for a pitch right down the middle. Strikeout looking, and we quickly again have 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Knew it immediately. Started strolling back to the dugout. That's just a fantastic pitch. Broke off the shoulder of Price. He's going to go right back with it. A high pop-up into shallow left. And scooting in to make the play is Gavin Poffenroth. That's a quick inning, folks. 5 in the books. 4-0 lead for Ridgefield. They're trying for the sweep here at Salem. See if the Berries can do anything about it. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL live app. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
Question number 1. Yeah, come on, cheer for Sam, people. Question number 1, true or false? Oregon leads the nation in the production of hazelnuts. They answer true, and it is true. Question number 2, the small bumps on blackberries are called bubbles, drupelets, or blackburst. A, B, and C. Bubbles, drupelets. Sam chooses B, and B is correct. It is druplet. This was my nickname in high school. And number 3, what kind of fruit are blackberries and raspberries? A, botanical. B, stone. C, aggregate. The answer is C, aggregate. Oh, so close, but yet so far. Give it up for Sam for doing the trivia. Thank you very much, Oregon Marion Berries Commission.
Taking another look at the WCL scoreboard here on this Sunday, June 14th. Bend and Corvallis over in the high deserts. The Knights with the lead 3-0. They're trying to get the win in that series. It's tied 1-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Out here in Salem, Ridgefield up 4-0 over your Marion Berries as Brody McMullen pumps in a strike to start the top of the 6th. That is Bo Rico, the catcher wearing number 11. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to first and a walk on the day. Offers at a fastball. That one's fouled out toward the parking lot. Hopefully somebody protects the silver Nissan Armada. That's a great look at exactly what Luis Magallanes was talking about. If you go right around that corner as we see a ground ball to second base, Alki, the routine play, gets the out at first. But if you go around that corner, it's exactly where you're going to find those Berries Sundays. The dessert stand right there opposite of the cold drink sign you could see on the screen. So if you're feeling parched, you want a refreshment, you want a tasty beverage, maybe some ice cream, that's where you're going to have to go. One out, first pitch to Jackson Weber. He gets out of the way, and inside heater for ball 1. Weber's 0 for 2, looking for his first hit of the series, his 6th game of the summer. Blooper, left center. Danny Weidman laying out. It's going to bounce in front of his glove. It's a brilliant effort, but couldn't get there. Just a soft fly ball, dropped down in the gap. Just as I say it, Jackson Weber, he's got a hit now in the series. 77 off the bat. Ridgefield a base runner with 1 out. Ball is in the court of Brock Lightgib, the 8th batter who takes a strike to start. Lightgib 0 for 2 Grounded into a double play in the second inning and grounded out right back to the pitcher in the fifth. The Michigan Wolverine pops one up down the right field line. That's Gavin Price scooting over to get it, and he makes the catch in foul territory. And we've got 2 outs here in the 6th. Gavin Price wearing number 22 will be heading out to Louisiana Monroe for his 2nd year there in the fall. Next man up for the Raptors, Noah Albanese. Takes a first pitch breaking ball that drops right down the middle. Albanese scored last inning. He had a single into the 6 hole, beat it out. He's 1 for 2. 2 for 6 in the series. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Got Albanese fishing with the low stuff. Great look at the Berries boys. I love the shirt. Weird Al Yankovic. They're here for every Berries home game. Foul ball back keeps Albanese alive. Yesterday was Little League night, and there's a couple Sprague Little Leaguers coming out for night number 2. Great to see the support from the youth community. 0-2 pitch from McMullen. It's in the dirt, kept in front by the former Beaver, future Buckeye, Martin Serrano. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Albanese. He's had a couple stops on his collegiate journey. Played 2 years at Edmonds College up in Washington. Actually played for Bellingham back in 2024, 3 games as he pops another one up to keep himself alive. Bellingham, the reigning WCL champions in 2025. Trying to defend their title. McMullen with the 1-2. Just barely catching a piece of it is Noah Albanese. Count remains 1-2 with 2 outs and a runner on first. McMullen comes set and heads to the dish. Gets away from Serrano, a bouncer in front of the plate. And that allows Weber to advance to second. Guy who was committed to Arizona State, going to be a Sun Devil, playing in his home state. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second for Ridgefield, up 4. Up 2-0 in the series as well. McMullen. Fastball low. Just misses. Going back for his senior year at Southeastern down in Florida. That's about as Southeastern as you can get in the country. Liner right over to Trenton Herzog. Barely has to move at the hot corner. Snags out number 3. And that will do it. No runs given up by Brody McMullen in his 2nd inning of action. We are through 5.5, going to the bottom of the 6th after the break. This is Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Taking a break, coming right back.
My favorite snack slash meal would be probably Jersey Mike's, number 13, Mike's Way. It's the go-to, yeah.
What high school did you play baseball at?
My name's David Roberts, and I went to Liberty High School in Brentwood, California.
Who is your favorite pitcher in the MLB?
My favorite pitcher is Paul Skeens.
How fast do you throw?
The fastest I've thrown is 92.
What's your favorite MLB team?
My favorite MLB team is the San Diego Padres. Go Friars, baby.
Hey everybody, welcome back inside the Minuteman Press Box. Cole Weber, your voice of the Marion Berries, back in the box. It's the bottom of the 6th. Berries down 4. Next to me, coming back in, getting a breath of fresh air outside the press box. That was our data analytics intern, Luke Larson, doing a great job on the TrackMan, tagging the pitches. Cooper Kripe next to him, official scorekeeper Charlie Satterley running the scoreboard. And we see Alkai Arujo Waiao trying to lay down a sneaky drag bunt, but it hits him. Foul ball. Alkai's 0 for 1. He flew out to right in the 3rd inning. 1 for 4 on the series with a single to left field. That was in the 9th inning last night. Had an 0-2 count, poked one out to left. Over the head of the shortstop, Perazo. Kept the game alive. Counts 0-2. We got Justin Brown back on the mound. Goes with the slider. And it breaks out of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Justin Brown's been really strong. 1 hit relinquished through 5 innings. He's back for the 6th. Here comes the 1-2. Popped up into the air. Back behind second base. Jackson Weber calling everybody off. And he will make the catch with 2 hands. Went the safety route. 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. You know what, Adam Burt? That's funny that you ask. Because Steven and I were talking before the game, and he's really excited about coming on as the color commentator. And that's something that we're going to have to talk about because I'm all for it. Mr. Steven Varespi, former WCL All-Star. If we could get him in the booth, that would be fantastic. Don't you worry. This guy who played 4 years at Willamette University. I believe he's their all-time leader in innings pitched. Decorated player. Had a great summer last year for the Berries. Started the WCL All-Star game. And he's somewhere roaming around the ballpark. 0-2 pitch from Brown. Up and out of the zone against Trenton Herzog. Talked to him right as the high school season was ending. He said his season was amazing. That was verbatim as he swings and misses for strike number 3. Justin Brown, he's been dominant. I think that's the only way to put it. Giving up just the 1 hit. 2 outs here in the 6th. Don't see guys usually go this many innings during summer ball. You try to keep the arms fresh. Don't want to injure anybody's elbows. But if you've got a low enough amount of pitches, you can go as many innings as you want. That's what Justin Brown's been doing tonight. No runs given up. We're back to the top of the order. Evan Berg didn't like the high breaking ball. That's ball 1. Funny thing, first pitch that Evan Berg saw during the game hit him in the ribs as he watches a curveball in the zone to even the count. Berg was then picked off by Brown. It was a great move. And it was out on the rundown. The 1-1. High heat misses the zone. Evan Berg this summer looking to grow, develop, and improve overall as a baseball player and as a student of the game as he hits a ball high up into the air in the blue sky. Called off by the center fielder, Albanese. You could see it moving in the wind. Kind of a strong breeze blowing from left to right on your screen. That does it quickly. We are through 6 innings, folks. We will go to the top of the 7th. Ridgefield 4, Marion nothing. Taking a break here on YouTube, the WCL Live app. This is Marion Berries Baseball.
We do not. Anyway, you're gonna throw a tortilla at the can. If it hits the can, you get 1 point. If your partner slaps it in, you get 2. And if it goes clean in by itself, you get 3. We're gonna start with the first base side. They're gonna throw their first tortilla. We'll give that a point. Over here, throw your first tortilla. We'll give that 2 points. All right, over there, throw a second tortilla. That's a 0-pointer. It's 1 to 2. Oh, that's 0 over here. Throw your last one, and let's see. All right, first place side, throw your last one. That looks like 1 point. That's 2 points over there. Over here, throw your last one. Oh, that's a point. Our winners are on the third base side. Thank you for sponsoring the Tortilla Jam.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Agriculture Appreciation Night here at the home of the Marion Berries, Chemeketa Baseball Field, which has been a spot for minor league baseball in the past, in the capital of the great state of Oregon. Last time minor league baseball played right here at this field was 1989. The Salem Dodgers, you can probably guess who they were affiliated with. Mike Piazza played right here at this ballpark. MLB Hall of Famer. Brody McMullen is back for the Berries. Hasn't given up a run in an inning and 2/3. Facing off against Michael Perazzo, who's leading off for the Raptors. Shortstop from Sacramento State. Was a 2025 Brooks Wallace Player of the Year watch list. One of the top shortstops in the country. Had a great freshman year in Sacramento. 57 games, batted .308 with 2 homers and 28 RBIs. He's up 3-0 in this count. Here comes McMullen. Fastball down the pipe. The 3-1 from McMullen. Fastball up and out, and that will walk Perazzo. He's been on base twice. He's still 0 for 2. That gives the Raptors a leadoff base runner here in the top of the 7th. I told you guys yesterday where Ridgefield got their name from, as we see Tucker Brock coming out. And when you see him, it's like seeing the Grim Reaper as a pitcher. That means your day is done. Brody McMullen surrenders no runs in his relief appearance. An inning and 2/3. Trotting out from the bullpen. Looks like Ryan Hockman, native to State, Oregon, graduate of Silverton High School. He's going to come out and get some warm-up pitches. But back to Ridgefield, the Raptors, named for the birds that live in the Ridgefield Wildlife Refuge in between the city and the Columbia River. So you know how they got their name. How did the Berries get theirs? What's the connection? The Marion Berries. And I can tell you, in the heart of Oregon's Willamette Valley, there's something really special that grows in the soil, and that is the Marion berry. It's more than just a normal fruit. It's a symbol of where we come from. Bold, sweet, full of character. It was developed right here in Marion County. Marion berry is a hybrid blackberry, result of years of agricultural research and testing. In 1956, after extensive development by Oregon State University in collaboration with the USDA, it was released into the wild. And there's a great look at berry on the side of our jerseys. Its creation was no accident. It was bred specifically for the Willamette Valley's climate and soil, which are ideal for growing berries of exceptional flavor and quality. Marion berry is a little different than most other berries in the blackberry family. It has a few unique characteristics. Its deep, dark color carries a hint more red than traditional blackberries. It's longer and thinner, often smaller, but packed with intense flavor that is simultaneously sweet, tart, and unmistakably Oregon. Not sure what the conversation is going on with Coach Tucker Brock and our home plate umpire, Taylor Schneider. looks sort of contentious. Not sure they're agreeing on whatever they're talking about. We've got no outs with Michael Perazzo on first base for Ridgefield. Ryan Hockman is on the mound for Marion. Graduate of Silverton High School for the Foxes in 2025. They're calling in some help. Bryce Reeves coming in from the bases. I've got no clue. The fans have come alive. Their chants of "Let's Go Berries." 87 degrees here at the ballpark, and now down the first baseline. They've got some shade, so a great place to be in the reserved seating, which you can get free if you use the code Berries Live. And they're going to keep talking. Scores 4-0 Ridgefield. On the Berries side, they haven't scored through 6 innings. Ridgefield got their first run back in the top of the first. They went dormant for 3 innings, but 3 goose eggs up on the board and then scored 3 in the 5th. And now we are here in the top of the 7th. 6 hits to 1 in favor of Ridgefield. Coach Brock going to go have a chat with Ryan Hockman. And he will not be pitching. And we're going to take a break here on the broadcast, figure out what's going on out on the diamond. This is Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Welcome back, everybody. Quick break after we had to figure out what was going on here at the ballpark. I had to make a journey outside the press box and ask anybody who knew, and turns out Ryan Hockman was not on the lineup card, so he will not be pitching here. He will not be coming in as the Berries' third reliever. That will be number 45, Brendan Boyer, the righty we saw in Game 1, 6'4", 210, going into his sophomore year at Lower Columbia, the reigning NWAC champs here this spring. So a tough break for Ryan Hockman. Got all warmed up for nothing. This has been a much longer top of the 7th than we probably anticipated. Waiting for Boyer to get all warmed up. He's got a runner on first, no outs. And He will be facing off against Ken Tomataka, the second guy in the Raptors order. Boyer, a graduate of Skyview High School in 2024 up in Vancouver. He was the league pitcher of the year and first team All-League in high school. 15th ranked right-hand pitcher and 55 overall prospect in the state of Washington, according to Perfect Game. Pitched 10 games this year for the NWAC champion Lower Columbia. 2-0 with a 1.38 ERA. Struck out 12 and walked 5. And he will step off. So if it wasn't a long enough break for you, it's going to get a little bit longer. Boyer in his appearance on Friday threw 1 inning, gave up 1 hit, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. He had 1 strikeout to 2 walks. That was the 8-2 loss to Ridgefield. That one's hit high in the air, down the left field line, and after the long break, a foul ball would have been close to being gone. Off the fence, Ken Tomataka got around on it, and he hits himself in the head. You know that was the pitch. Had to wait about a millisecond longer. That thing's got a chance. Counts 0-1. Tomataka 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 RBIs. As we see Perazo trying to steal second. He will. Alki can't make the grab on the 1 hopper. Ends up in center field. Here's Tomataka getting around on the breaking ball that didn't break. Bounced off the back of his bullpen. High up on the fence. One from Boyer. Fastball low and outside. Pushes the count to 2 balls, 1 strike with Perazo on second. Two ones low as well. Boyer down 3-1 in the count. Berries have a game tomorrow. They'll go back on the road to Goss Stadium against the Corvallis Knights. And here's a chopper. Brings Tyler Dunning to his right. Throw on the run. 2 hopper. He can't make it. Would have been a fantastic play. Really hard to go opposite of the way you're throwing the ball. So Ken Tomataka is safe. Beats out the throw at first for an infield single. He's done that a couple times this series. That's his 3rd hit of the night. 2nd game of the series with 3 hits. Dude gets on base. Dunning trying his Jeter impression. Didn't leave his feet. Fastball inside by Boyer. Doesn't find its way. Zach Wattis is back. Last time we saw him, RBI triple to right center. He's got 2 runners on now. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. And here is that Wattis line drive. 100 miles per hour off the bat. Got a hold of it and took it a long way. Couple hops, rolled back up against the fence. And he slid in safe to 3rd. There's a pitch clock violation during that break. Counts 1-1. Breaking ball. Doesn't come down out of the hand of Boyer. Zach Wattis spent the last year at Loyola Marymount. He'll be going back to be a Lion as he takes a low fastball to even the count. Wattis started his collegiate career at Texas Christian University, also known as TCU. That was in 2023-24. Spent a full year there. His first hit of his collegiate career was a home run against UT Arlington as he goes down to a knee, a swing and a miss. Strike number 3. Brendan Boyer strikes out Wattis. The first out of the 7th inning. Got him chasing on the curveball. Really nice. Low outside corner. Wattis had no chance. Cade Laudahoff thought he was going to take that one off the shoulder. Stood put like a statue, batting .323 on the summer. 0 for 2 today with a sac fly RBI in the first inning. The 1-0. There goes Perazo to third. Serrano mishandles it. There's batter interference. They're going to send Perazo back to second. I think it was actually umpire interference. He pointed at himself. Counts 1-1 with 1 out. Still runners on first and second after we sent Perazo back from third. Foul ball by Laudahoff. Goes down in the count. And here was Serrano trying to make the throw down. They called it umpire interference. That's what it was. Breathing down the neck of Serrano. Caused him to lose the ball. 1-2 from Boyer. Soft liner gets down in right center. Weidman gloves it. Perazo coming home from second. He scores. And an RBI single for Cade Laudahoff extends the lead to 5. Ridgefield now. They've scored 26 runs in the series to the Berries 5. It's been dominant. Looking for their second sweep of the season. They beat Port Angeles on the road just last week. Runners on the corners for Gavin Poffenroth. Fastball misses outside. Martin Serrano doing a lot behind the dish, especially in this hot weather. We're still in the high 80s. High fly ball. The wind is pushing it to right center away from Weidman. It gets down. One hops the wall. One scores. Laudahoff advances all the way to third. That is a stand-up double for Gavin Poffenroth. Looked like a routine fly ball off the bat, but the wind took that thing for a ride all the way to right center. RBI double. We've got a 6-0 lead. .92 off the bat. Ended up in dead center, and look how far Weidman had to go to get it. Dropped down in front of him. And Coach Brock made the journey back out to the mound, and that does it for Brendan Boyer. So we'll see technically our 5th pitcher of the day, but the 4th who's actually going to come and pitch in this game. Taylor Worth. First appearance of the summer. I talked to him in pregame. And he told me that he was ready to go. The arm feels good. He made the journey up to Salem 2 days ago, coming from his native San Diego. Playing his college ball at UC Davis up in the greater Sacramento area. Taylor Worth wearing number 47, the righty who stands 5'11", 165. Finished up his freshman year at UC Davis. Worth, a graduate of Coronado High School back in 2025. Second team All-League selection as both a sophomore and junior. First team as a senior when he went 8-2 with 80 Ks and a 1.20 ERA in 73 innings while leading his high school, the Islanders, to an Eastern League title and section semifinal appearance. Varesby Field got a couple fans in there, letting it loose, playing some wiffle ball. That guy just drove in a run, coming home to score. Just like we saw the Raptors do for the second time this inning. They're up 6. And there's that wind, help push that double from Poffenroth away out of the outstretched arms of Danny Weidman. And I'm going to do some research and see how fast that wind's blowing. Wind gusts up to 23 miles per hour, coming in at 12 on average. Blowing toward the southwest, out toward right center field. Still got people in the building. I think we saw a couple more roll in as the weather got a little bit cooler. It's only dropped about 3 degrees since first pitch, but that's enough. Sun's going to be down here in the next hour and a half. Don't know if we'll still be playing baseball, but you never know what can happen, especially in the West Coast League. Runners on second and third, 1 out. Taylor Worth will be facing off against Bo Rico, the senior catcher at Fresno State. He will swing and miss through an 88-mile-per-hour fastball. Catches the low outside corner. Taylor Worth made 21 appearances for UC Davis as a freshman, going 2-2 with 22 strikeouts. Goes with the breaking ball that misses out. Back in 2024, Worth was the MVP of the World Wood Bat Association Championships down in Jupiter, Florida. And he'll bring the 1-1. High chopper to first. Jake Dodge rumbles to get it. Goes home with it. Martin Serrano the tag. They call him safe. Lodahoff got underneath the tag. The high chopping ground ball almost worked as a squeeze. And that was off the bat of Rico. Jake Dodge couldn't do anything else. Lodahoff was fast enough and got underneath the tag. Another run scores for Ridgefield. Up 7 now in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss by Jackson Weber, who singled in his last at-bat. Looking to keep things rolling here in the inning for the Raptors. They put up 3 runs already. They've just got 1 out. Spits on a curveball in the dirt, and it allows Rico to advance to second. 3 consecutive Raptors have driven in a run. Lodahoff, Poffenroth, Rico. That's how the summer's been for them. They're 10-4. Started off with a series win in a home series against Kelowna as we see a swing and a miss. Excuse me, Nanaimo. They beat Nanaimo 2-1. Then they took on Kamloops. That's their only series loss of the season thus far. They were 3-3 after 6 games at home. And they are 7-8 since. 7 out of 8 since. Words are hard, ladies and gentlemen, as we see Taylor Worth miss outside. Counts 2-2. Jackson Weber 1 for 3. Going to be a Sun Devil at Arizona State in Tempe. The 2-2. Breaking ball. Drops, but not far enough. Count is full. Worth awaits the call from his catcher, Serrano. Comes set. And there he goes. That's hit hard to left. Flying off the bat. One hops the wall off the United Rentals sign. The 2 runners on base will score easily. And Jackson Weber, 2 RBI double. 102 off the bat. I believe that's the hardest hit ball we've seen this series. Absolutely hammered over the head of the left fielder, Evan Berg. And Ridgefield is adding insult to injury. 5 runs now this inning off the double to left field by Jackson Weber. He's on second with 1 out. Brock Lightgib at the plate. Slider misses outside. Lightgib on the day 0 for 3. He's one of just 2 Raptors who are in the lineup who haven't gotten a hit yet. 7 of the 9 guys who started have a hit in the books. They've got 10. Scored 9 runs off of them. Lightgib up in the at-bat. Played 10 games for the Michigan Wolverines in the spring. Had 8 at-bats, 1 walk, 14 putouts behind the plate. No errors. 2-0 misses outside. That was Lightgib's redshirt sophomore year. He redshirted back in 2025. Went to Michigan from right here in Portland, Oregon. Was a Jesuit high school graduate. Second team All-State as a senior in 2023, and he has walked on 4 pitches. Yellow gloves. This has been a pretty long inning, the longest of the game by quite a bit. 5 runs, it's the most that have been scored in any half inning thus far. And over 25 minutes. It's been a good, maybe quarter of this game thus far has been spent in the top of the 7th as we see a strike out of the hand of Taylor Worth. Told me he had a solid year at UC Davis for the Aggies. Got a bunch of experience as a freshman. Heading back there next year for sure. His 0-1 is lined into right field. Got through the 4-hole. That will load the bases. Second hit of the outing for Noah Albanese. And we will head back to the top of the order. Perazo coming back to the plate. He has already batted in this inning. Started this thing off with a walk. Bases juiced. Perazo drove in 2 runs yesterday, had a single. He was 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Bunch of different plate appearances. Offers at the outside fastball. Caught a piece of it. And back to Taylor Worth this summer. Told me he was looking to keep getting better, and this is a quote from him, stuff-wise, and trying to get better at the mental side of pitching, really thinking it out. Wants to gain experience and put innings under his belt to make a good jump into his sophomore fall. We got a few different Aggies on the Berries roster this summer. 2 relievers. We haven't seen Grayson Bonanno yet, but we saw him last summer in 2025, one of the more frequent Berries arms. He's back wearing number 27. 1-1 pitch, misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Berries down 9 in the 7th. The pitch, fouled back, off the mask of Martin Serrano. Count is even. Agriculture Appreciation Night presented by Flav-R-Pac and Willamette Valley Fruit. Got the Flav-R-Pac sign out in the outfield, and there's Barry, our mascot. Strike number 3. Worth got one in through the back door. Curveball, 73 miles per hour. Shaking his head. That was a nice pitch. Definitely in there for out number 2. That brings up Ken Tomataka for the second time. Infield single the first time we saw him this inning. Fastball outside puts him up 1-0. Tomataka 3 for 3 today with a walk, 3 singles to a bunch of different spots, 2 RBIs. Has the bases loaded. High fly ball into the air. Berg blocking out the sun. Who's going to get it? Danny Weidman is under it, makes the catch. And that finally ends this long inning. 5 runs scored for Ridgefield off of a bunch of different hits. I have lost count. Let's see if I can do some quick math. 6 hits for the Raptors in the top of the 7th. That's more than half for the entire game. And will bring us to the bottom of the 7th inning. Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Tell me something that's a Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back, for it's root for the Bears. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Ladies and gentlemen, Leroy Furwood and the
Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the 7th inning. Let's see how we got to the position we are in. Berries, 1 hit on the day, and there it is. Trent Herzog, line drive into right field, got down. Nothing else besides that. They have been shut down offensively. The Raptors got things going. Scored a run in the top of the 1st, but really piled it on in the 5th. In the last inning, we just saw the 7th. 8 runs between those 2 innings. There's a liner into left center that scored 2 runs. That was off the bat of Ken Tomataka. Justin Brown finally coming out of the game. He pitched 6, and he just dominated the Berries. Gave up just the 1 hit, no runs, bunch of strikeouts. He was great. Here's Jackson Weber. RBI double off the wall. Scored 2. 9-0 lead for the Raptors. And we have a new right-handed arm on the mound. It's Danny Weidman. Hits one by the 3rd baseman, Ken Tomataka. There's a base runner. Haven't seen that a lot for the Berries tonight. It is number 34, Ryan McClaskey, not to be confused with Reagan McCluskey, our catcher from yesterday. McClaskey wearing the bifocals, relieving Justin Brown, who leaves with a 9-run lead. McClaskey pumps in a breaking ball for strike 1, and then misses high against Martin Serrano, who's 0 for 2. There's the hard hit ground ball by Danny Weidman. We called that an error by Ken Tomataka over at 3rd. Swing and a miss from Serrano. Ryan McClaskey, 6th appearance of the summer already. He's got an 0-1 record and 8 1/3 innings pitched. And he strikes out Martin Serrano. Some dirty breaking balls there, got him chasing. 1-out runner on first for Tyler Dunning, my player to watch. 0 for 2, strikeout and a flyout. Up against McClaskey, who's got a 3.24 ERA. Start us off with a strike. McClaskey started his career at Lower Columbia, but he spent 2026 in a school that I've never seen before, Northwest Oklahoma State. I'm sure it exists. We've got a roster on a website, so they're probably a real thing. Fastball outside evens the count. McClaskey just finished up his junior year. He's from Camas, Washington. 6-footer weighing in at about 240. He He's thrown 2 balls in a row. We've got a 2-1 count. For Northwest Oklahoma State, he was 1-3 in 20 appearances, all as a reliever. 4.34 ERA in 29 innings, 4 saves, 26 strikeouts to 16 walks. Don't know if he's thrown a fastball yet. He's going with all breaking balls, off-speed stuff. McClaskey going with the finesse. 3 balls, 1 strike to Tyler Dunning. Operating on the right side of the batter's box. Here's the pitch. Pop up. Back behind us, out of play. Full count. Berries faithful coming alive below us in the Minuteman press box. Need Tyler Dunning to come through. 1 out, runner on. Full count. Here's McClaskey. Inside breaking ball, misses. So another base runner for Marion. Dunning draws the walk. Pushes Weidman to second. They're out there for Cale Barney with 1 out. He's 0 for 2. He's 0 for 6 in the series after going 0 for 4 in game 1. 9th game of the summer. Going to be an Oregon State Beaver. And he's really excited for that next chapter, ready to show the coaches that they made the right decision in going with him. Wants to prove that he can play and be impactful as a freshman. Going in the fall, got out of the way of an 87-mile-per-hour fastball up and in. Counts 2-0. And I asked him, what was the connection? Because he's a Tennessee kid. He was born in Utah, spent the first 10 years of his life out there. But since then, it's been Nolensville, Tennessee, and nothing else. So what brought him to Oregon State, as we see McClaskey find the zone with a low fastball? It was actually Vanderbilt who reached out first to Cale. They're one of the schools that offered him, but Oregon State was the one who showed the vested interest. They're really in tune with him. They really liked the coaching staff. Committed 4 weeks after they spoke. And he wanted to go where he was wanted, and he said the Beavers showed him that. Count is 3-1. 2 runners on, 1 out. Here comes McClaskey. Fly ball into center. Going back toward the fence is Albanese. Off his glove. Weidman is going to be held up at third. Definitely would have been a double. Weidman had to hold up. Didn't know if Albanese was going to catch it. Good at bat by Cale Barney. Working his way to a 3-1 count. Knew he was going to see a good pitch. 81-mile-per-hour off speed. Hammered it to center. Off the fence. Right over the head of Noah Albanese. And that is the Berries' second hit of the game. Ends up just being a single. Probably should have been a double. Great music choice during the break. What's Up by the 4 Non-Blondes. Some 90s classics. Back to the dugout, walks the pitching coach, Tyler Jackson. Had a chat with his relief pitcher. Bases loaded, 1 out. For Gavin Price, the right fielder. Tyler Jackson was the pitching coach at Eastern Oregon in the spring. He will not be going back. Not a lot of action in the Raptors bullpen. More chatter than anything. Counts 1-0 to Price. Looking for his first hit of the day. 0 for 2 with a line out and a strikeout looking. He's up 2-0 in the count. Bases are juiced for the Berries on Ag Appreciation Night. 2-0 pitch inside. Price well on his way. 3 balls, no strikes. There's Tyler Dunning out at second. We've got Weidman over on third. Cale Barney, after his single, standing on first. 3-0 pitch to Price. Curveball, just missed. McClaskey can't believe it. I thought it was a nice pitch too. Just a tad inside. That brings Danny Weidman home. We've got a run for the Berries. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? 9-1 lead for Ridgefield. Berries cut into the deficit. RBI walk for Gavin Price. Bases stay loaded for Jake Dodge. There's a reason they call him Big Hoss. 6'5", 225. A lot of power in the swing. 1 RBI this summer. He's actually had 3 pitching appearances. We saw him last night. Check swing. Fastball stays up. Multiple Berries getting ahead in the count early. This is Jake Dodge's 3rd WCL team. He played 20 games for Springfield way back in 2022, 2 games for the Bend Elks in 2024. There's a slider that catches a piece. 2 balls, 1 strike. He played 17 games for MSU Denver in 2026, going 3 for 20 with a homer. The count is evened up after the curveball drops in. Dodge played 74 total games at Lynn Benton Community College. Was named a South Region Gold Glove honoree at first base. And that's another curveball. And Dodge goes down swinging. And he gets a warning from the home plate umpire. Had some words as he walked back to the dugout. That looked like a pretty good pitch to me. 3 in a row. McClaskey comes back and gets out number 2. Base is still loaded. What can Alkai Arujo Waiau do from the right-hand side? 0 for 2 with a fly out and a pop out. First pitch to him. Chop back up the middle. Perazo over to first, and he will get the out. So great job by Ridgefield, and specifically the pitcher, Ryan McClaskey, coming back. Bases were loaded with 1 out, and they get out of there just surrendering the 1 run. So we will go to the top of the 8th. Berries down 9-1 against the visiting Raptors. This is Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app, coming back after this break.
All right, we got some great stats from Dizzy Bat. They're going barefoot today. Au natural on the turf. We have Ashton and Arrow. You guys ready? You're going to spin around 5 times. Don't worry about the sirens. They're not for you. You're going to spin around 5 times. You're going to hit a ball, then you're going to run around Barry and back, okay? Ready, set, go. 1, down, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5. Okay. You foul balls away. There we go. There's 2 hits, and they're off. Around Barry. The Strawberry makes out, going down, coming back. It's going to be close. Strawberry wins it. Give it up for Strawberry. A hard-fought battle. And Strawberry wins.
Welcome back to the live stream at Chemeketa Baseball Field. Today's broadcast is brought to you by AOE Chiropractic, specializing in sports medicine, strength and conditioning, and performing arts and esports medicine. Dr. Sean Barnes offers sports physicals, injury evaluations, and comprehensive treatment plans at aoechiropractic.com. We've got a new pitcher on the bump for the Berries. Their 5th of the game. That is number 32, a guy that we've seen change numbers already in his limited time up in the city of Salem. That is Luke Bailey. 2nd appearance of the summer. Bailey, 6'2", 185, the sophomore from UC Santa Barbara. Pitched in game 1. Went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. And he is back, top of the 8th. Bailey, a graduate of Granite Hills High School in 2025. He will be facing off against Zach Wattis, who smiles, getting out of the way of a low inside fastball at his feet. 92 out of the hand of Bailey. Touched 96 back in high school. Highly decorated, was the San Diego Pitcher of the Year as a senior. Goes back to the inside fastball, misses again, 9-2 on the clock. Grossmont Hills League Pitcher of the Year, All-State selection, All-CIF. 34th ranked right-hand pitcher in the state of California. I think those accolades probably warranted a little higher than that. Count is 2-0. 3-0, excuse me. No outs, nobody on for Zach Wattis. 2 for 4, single, triple, RBI. Takes a fastball in the zone. Wind still blowing, doesn't feel as scorching hot here in the press box. It's come down too comfortable. Here's a line drive, sneaks through into center field. Zach Wattis' 3rd hit of the day. This is what Ridgefield did yesterday. They had a big lead, and they just kept tacking on. It never ended. And that 13-3 win. Cade Lodahoff, his 5th at-bat. 1 for 3, 2 RBIs. Last one a single to right center. Pitch from Bailey misses outside, curved out of the zone. Currently 16 teams in the West Coast League after we lost Cowlitz. 15 years for the Black Bears in the books. They have went under. Interestingly enough, the ownership group of the Ridgefield Raptors own both squads. They decided to move Cowlitz. Not going to have a team this year. From what I heard, we will be going to Olympia for 2027. Going to have a WCL team in the outer skirts of Seattle. Counts 2-1. There's been a lot of WCL teams coming and going throughout the Pacific Northwest. 2-1 pitch. Misses low. Lodahoff is up 3-1. Corvallis Knights, formerly known as the Aloha Knights. They were playing up in Beaverton before that. Established back in 1990. That's where Marion goes tomorrow to finish off that 3-game series, quote-unquote series. They played 2 games last week. They're going to play another one tomorrow. Fastball in the zone. We've got a full count. Our older fans may remember the Medford Rogues down in Southern Oregon, the Klamath Fall Gems, who then turned into the Gresham Grey Wolves, who then in turn are now known as the Portland Pickles. High chopping ground ball in foul territory. All of those former WCL teams. Spokane Riverhawks, one of the inaugural members. They went under in 2009. Moses Lake Pirates up in Central Washington. They were in the league from 06 to 010. And you may remember from our opening series against the Port Angeles Lefties, they were formerly known as the Kitsap Blue Jackets. And there goes Cade Lodahoff. He walks. Pushes Wattis over to second. 2 runners on, no outs in the top of the 8th. Probably don't want to see this guy up the plate. Reigning WCL All-Star Gavin Poffenroth. RBI double to right center in his last at-bat. Little behind the fastball. Pops it up. Lands right next to the Modelo stand on the first base side. That brings my attention to Varespi Field, which is being deflated. So no more wiffle ball today, folks. You're going to have to focus on this 9-1 ball game. Here comes Bailey with the 0-1. Fastball in the zone. Serrano can't handle it. Seen that a couple times from him today. There's the Modelo stand. And there's the remnants of Varespi Field. Always a sad sight. No balls, 2 strikes to Poffenroth, the Vancouver native, looking for a new home after 2 years at Skagit Valley. Curveball almost hit him. Bailey with the 1-2. And that one does hit him in the back of the head. And another tough spot for the Berries defense. Bases loaded, no outs. Doink. 81 miles per hour off the back of the noggin. Brings us to Bo Rico. The catcher drove in a run in the 7th inning. Operating from the left side. Mr. Rico at Fresno City College in 2025 batted .372. The high outside fastball evens the count at 1-1. Rico, his second summer playing Summer League baseball. Last one was back in 2024 for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots up in the Alaska League. And he goes ahead 2-1 in the count after the fastball misses low out of the hand of Bailey. Bailey from San Diego, going to UC Santa Barbara. That's where his mom went to school. His dad went to SDSU. So grew up rooting for both those teams as he pumps a fastball by Rico to even the count. Bailey's been operating as a reliever, but his aspirations are to become a starter for the Gauchos. He wants to keep working on his accuracy and be consistent through his outings. And he pumps in a fastball that catches the zone. Strike 3. Gets Rico looking. And there's some positive movement for the Berries here in the top of the 8th. A strikeout looking gives us out number 1. Luke Bailey, the 2-2 pitch. Fastball low and inside. Rico didn't like it, but it was close enough. We see Jackson Weber foul one back to start the at-bat. He's 2 for 2 in his last 2 plate appearances. Single to left center and a double to left field over the head of Berg that scored 2 runs. Has contributed to this 8-run lead. Bailey the 0-1. Whoa, that one up at his head. Some wicked movement on that pitch. Tailed right toward the nose of Weber. And here is his double. Just kept going, carried over the head of Berg. Bounced off the wall. 2 runs scored relatively easily. And he's brushed Weber back off the plate. Goes back at him with an 80-mile-per-hour curveball. Misses inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Up and out of the zone. Luke Bailey told me about the factors that led him to choosing UC Santa Barbara, and besides the connection with his mother, their history of developing pitchers was a main factor. along with the education and location. And developing pitchers, that's definitely something they do. Jackson Flora, brother to Hudson, our starting catcher yesterday. Probably going to be a top 5 pick in the MLB draft as we see a run walked home. That's the 10th of the outing for the Raptors. RBI walk for Jackson Weber. He's got 3 runs batted in. Funny thing about this situation with 1 out, bases loaded, is we're just 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. All Bailey has to do is trust his defense, get a ground ball, and we could be heading to the bottom of the 8th. He'll be facing off against Brock Lightgib, the DH wearing number 9, redshirt junior at Michigan. And I love going on to different colleges' websites and seeing what they have listed at height and weight, because Michigan, they list Lightgib at 6 feet tall, 197 pounds, and I really appreciate the authenticity and their specificity. 197, now I know. Portland, Oregon native takes a first pitch strike. Fastball 90 miles per hour. Former All-State selection for Jesuit High School. Lightgib comes from a family that's played a lot of collegiate baseball as he spits on a fastball in the dirt. Both of his brothers played for Washington. He's got 1 playing right now, 1 formerly. His brother Jake, currently a Washington Husky, teammates with Nolan Rowe. His brother Brandon graduated from UW, and there's a wild pitch, gets away from Serrano, and a run will score. And as the other Michigan Wolverine, Ladahoff, touching home base, heading back to the dugout. Another run crosses for the Raptors, and there goes the force outs. Now we're not a ground ball away. Two, 1 count. Here comes Bailey. Fastball in the zone, evens the count. Lightgib's 0 for 3, 2 ground outs, a fly out. He walked in his last at bat. Berries and Cream Sunday. Here's Bailey with a 2-2. Up and at the hands of Lightgib, it misses the zone. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-2, swung on and missed. Strike number 3. Lightgib swings and misses. There's our second out here in the top of the 8th. Got him with the fastball. The outer half of the zone. And we are going to have a pinch hitter, Ben Strutt. Saw him finish the game last night as well. Strutt was hit by pitch. The outfielder wearing number 15. He's got 2 runners on and 2 outs. 5'9", 170 from Scottsdale, Arizona. Takes a first pitch in the zone for strike 1. 91 out of the hand of Bailey. Ben Strutt played his sophomore year of college ball at College of the Canyons under his Raptors head coach Chris Cota. 0-1 is fouled back. Strutt for COC in the spring, 38 games, 327 batting average, 48 hits with 18 RBIs and 25 stolen bases. Uncommitted right now for 26-27, but that might change. Guy with a lot of speed on the paths. Down 0-2 in the count. Here comes Bailey. Goes with the fastball that catches the low outside corner First strike 3. Ben Strutt goes down looking, and that does it for the 8th. The Raptors score 2 more runs. That's 7 over the last 2 innings. They're up 11-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Berries down 10. It's Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Coming right back after this break. That was Photos of the Night, presented by Sauce Studio and Design. Taking great pictures, as always. And at the plate for the Berries, the guy who's responsible for one of the 2 hits for Marion tonight, Trenton Herzog, getting his first start of the summer here at home. Playing third base. Going to be a freshman at the University of Oregon. Leaves a breaking ball outside to even the count at 1-1. Herzog led Tualatin to one of their better seasons in that high school's history. Lost in the 6A semis to the eventual champion West Lynn High School. And here was the first hit of the game for the Berries off the bat of Herzog. Over Weber at second base, down into right field. The 2-1 misses in. Ryan McClaskey is stuck around for his second inning of action. Trying to close the door. He's got a 10-run cushion, so he's got some room to play with. The 3-1. He has walked Trent Herzog. We saw this in the last inning. Sloppiness from the Raptors. They had an error, a bunch of walks. Berries only able to come out with 1 run, though. We'll go back to the top of the order. Evan Berg, 0 for 2. 2 flyouts. It was hit by pitch back in the first inning. The Kenner, Louisiana native, playing his baseball at Tulane. It's actually the first time this season that we haven't seen him share the field with his Tulane teammate, Matthew Major. First day off for Major of the summer. Berg's going to keep kicking. 14th game played. Fouls one back into the glove of Rico. That's strike 1. Berg still looking for his first hit of the series. He's walked, had a sac bunt, a bunch of different ground outs, but looking for a base hit. The sophomore from Archbishop Rummel. There's a fastball just missing outside. I mentioned there is a strong history of baseball being played at this ballpark, as we see Berg chopping a ground ball foul to the third base side. 2-2 count. Chemeketa Baseball Field has an illustrious history as the home stadium for multiple minor league squads. From 1977 to 1989, the Single-A Independent Northwest League was represented by a team playing out of Salem. 2-2. Hard ground ball to short. Perazo, nice sliding play. Gets the out at second. And they get Berg at first, too. I don't know about the call. We're going to have to take another look. Definitely bang, bang. 6-4-3. Good effort by Berg to get down the line. 2 quick outs. And here it is again. Perazo keeps it in the infield. The throw over to first, and he beat it. Definitely. No ABS, no replay review here in the WCL yet. But maybe one day that one's called safe. Brings us to Danny Weidman. Nobody on, 2 outs. Takes a slider down in the middle of the zone for strike 1. Weidman 0 for 3. Did reach on an error in the 7th inning to lead off. Hard hit ball to third base. 1-1 from McClaskey. Fastball gets away from his catcher, Rico. 2 balls, 1 strike. First team to call Chemeketa home was the Salem Senators, originally founded back in 1940 by George E. Waters. Played in multiple different leagues as the Senators and then changed their name to the Salem Dodgers until they disbanded in 1965. They would rejoin the NWL in 1977 after a California businessman named Carl Thompson bought the rights to the team. Weidman, grounder through the 6th hole. We've got a base hit. Will that inject some life into the Berries here in the bottom of the 8th? Down 10, we will see. But a first base hit of the game for Danny Weidman through the left side. Gives the Berries a base runner. Solid base hit between third and short. That brings Martin Serrano back to the plate, the switch hitter. It's one high into the air to right center field. It's gone. Martin Serrano, 2-run shot, bottom of the 8th. There's some life. Kiss that thing goodbye. Third home run of the season for Serrano, and he always does it with 2 outs. I don't know what it is. Waits till his back against the wall. 15th RBI of the season. He says, we're not going to hop into the dugout down 8, but it's still a hard hit ball no matter what. 101 off the bat. Got all over it. That thing landed 411 feet away. Personal vendetta with the baseball. I don't know what it did to his family, but that thing is gone. Fastball right in the sweet spot. The future Buckeye watches it fly away. And here's a pop-up. Tyler Dunning, that one's in dangerous territory, but it's caught by the right fielder, Wattis, to end the inning. Berries down 8, but Danny Weidman and Martin Serrano coming through with 2 outs to score 2 runs. 11-3 lead for Ridgefield as we go to the top of the 9th. See what the Berries can do with their backs against the wall. It's Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Coming back after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There's the guy with the big bat, Martin Serrano, sitting behind the dish for the 9th inning in a row. 2-run shot to right center to give the Berries 3 runs on the board. There's been a lot of runs scored over these last 2 innings for both sides. That is 10 between the two. It's an 8-run lead for the Raptors, well on their way to a sweep. Got one more chance to tack some more runs on the board here in the top of the 9th, and they will be facing off against a new arm for the Berries, Damian Catano. First day for him on the roster wearing number 26. The lefty from Monrovia, California, down near LA. He will be going to St. Mary's next season. This guy's birthday was yesterday, if I've got it right. June 13th, he just turned 18 years old. Damian Catano, graduate of Arcadia High School. He was the San Gabriel Valley All-Area Player of the Year as a junior in 2025 and first-team All-State the same year. And he was well on his way to being Player of the Year in the San Gabriel Valley for the 2nd year in a row. He will start us off. Pinch hitter, liner into right, gets down. That is Jace Nagler. We haven't seen him since game 1. He started at short, was the leadoff guy. Didn't have a great game to his standards. But turns things around with a leadoff base hit in the 9th. Filling in for Michael Perazzo. Catano goes back with an off speed that misses inside. Ken Tomitaka in the box. 3 for 5 with 3 singles and 2 RBIs. Damian Catano, as a senior, hit .353 at Arcadia with a homer and 26 RBIs. He was a two-way guy. Struck out 87 batters with a 1.68 ERA. And he finds strike number 1 of the at-bat. 2 balls, 1 strike. Catano, 6'2", 170. Comes in with the off speed, and that finds the middle of the zone. 2-2 to Tomitaka. We can look ahead for the Ridgefield Raptors. They will be on the road again during this week as we see a swing and a miss. Tomitaka strikes out. That's Catano's first K of the summer. Swing and a miss. Gets him with the 71-mile-per-hour curveball. Same pitch 2 in a row. That one drops into the zone for strike 2 and then got him swinging in the same spot. I think we're going to have another pinch hitter. Number 24, Liam Ostrom. We saw pinch hit yesterday. Struck out on 3 pitches. Another College of the Canyons guy. Just finished up his freshman year. From Ridgefield, went to Ridgefield High School, so he played under Coach Nick Allen, his assistant here, and now his head coach, Chris Cota, down at college. A lot of connections for him. Hefty swing and a miss. Almost lost the helmet. Evens the count. Ostrom, 39 games played for COC, 288 batting average, 11 bombs, 41 ribbies. And he hits a soft blooper into center, and it's going to drop down in front of Weidman, who can't find it off his body. Didn't look like he got a great read on it coming in. Single for Ostrom. Two hits here in the top of the 9th. 1 out, 2 on. Cade Lodahoff is going to stay at the plate. The Michigan Wolverine from Bradenton, Florida. 2023 high school national champion with IMG. As the slider finds its way through the back door. The 0-1. Way out in front of it off the end of the bat. Puts Catano firmly up 0-2. 0-2 pitch just misses outside. And how about that? We saw the NBA Finals finish yesterday in Game 5. The New York Knicks beating the Spurs. And the Carolina Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup in Game 6 against Vegas 3-0 as we see a ground ball to short. So they're going to get the out at 2, go to 1. The pick. Jake Dodge snaps it up. The Berries turn a double play to end the inning. First time since the 6th that we haven't seen them give up a run. Fantastic. Damian Catano, strong outing. First time pitching for the Berries this summer. Grounder to short. Dunning to Aukai to Jake Dodge. They get 2 outs that they need. We will go to the bottom of the 9th. Berries down 8. They need 8 to keep this thing going, 9 to win it. Stay right here, folks. Don't go anywhere. It's Marion Berries Baseball live on YouTube and the WCL Live app. Welcome back, everybody. Berries baseball, bottom of the 9th. Down 11-3 in Game 3 against the Ridgefield Raptors. Ridgefield looking for their 11th win of the summer. Marion trying to get back to 500. They need 8 runs to keep this thing going. We've got a new pitcher on the bump. We're number 21. That is Mateo Rojas. Rojas, the righty, he's a junior, standing 6'3", weighing in at 215 pounds from Foster City, California. This will be his 4th appearance of the summer. He's got a 1.80 ERA, 1 save in 5 innings. He has 7 strikeouts to 2 walks. Leading off for Marion is Cale Barney. Last time we saw him, he had a single off the wall in center field. Would have been 2, but there was a guy in front of him. And here is Rojas. That's hit hard over to the right side toward the bullpen. That one hops over Varespi Field. Got all over it. 102 off the bat. Then he hits another one high into the air to center, dead center field. Goodbye. Off the Bubba in center. Cale Barney, you knew he had the power. He just had to connect with one, and he finally does. Cale Barney, solo shot to lead off the bottom of the 9th. The Berries bats, they've waited a long time, but they have finally come alive. 4 runs through the last 3 innings. Barney earned that one, 99 off the bat to dead center. 395 from home plate. Scores 11-4. Deep fly ball by Cale Barney, the Nolensville, Tennessee native. As we see Rojas miss with the fastball. Rico barely got his glove on it. Here's a chopper. Slow roll to third. Tomitaka over to first, and he will get Gavin Price. And that's the first out of the inning. Here's Barney from the left side. All the center fielder can do is watch it fly. We've got another Barney, Kyson. The other brother, he plays in the middle infield. Takes a first pitch slider in the zone. We saw Kyson pinch hit in the bottom of the ninth last night. It was a double to right field as we see a fly ball to right field again. And this one drops down into the glove of Reed Farrell, who is subbed in. So he cannot mimic what his brother did. That's out number 2. Two outs again for Aukai Arujo Waiao, who's in the same situation last night. Ended up with a base hit. First pitch, liner right back up the middle, and Aukai coming through with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth to keep this game alive. Down 7 runs, he is not phased. Second hit of the series. 1 to left, 1 to center. We are back to Trenton Herzog at the bottom of the lineup. Starting third baseman wearing number 41. A wild pitch bounces well in front of the plate and allows Aukai to advance to second. Runner in scoring position for Marion. Herzog 1 for 2 with a single to right field, strikeout and a walk. Rojas will step off. And we have a timeout called by the home plate umpire, Taylor Schneider. Not sure who's talking in the Berries dugout, but there was definitely a warning in that direction. We had the Raptors broadcaster, Jack Connolly, come up to the doorway between innings, and he asked about an ejection. He thought head coach Chris Cota was thrown out between innings. I didn't see it, but I don't see him in the dugout anymore. Grounder through the right side. Another single for Herzog. They're going to hold Aukai up at third. So we've got runners on the corners. Berries played possum. They waited till the end. Ground ball snuck through the 4-hole. We'll go back to the top of the order. 5th at-bat for Evan Berg. He's 0 for 3. 0 for 9 on the series. Looking for his first hit. First pitch from Rojas. Fouled back. Berg just missed it. Collecting himself, heading back. All-league selection at Archbishop Rummel down in Louisiana, his home state. First time being out in the Pacific Northwest. Says he loves it. Weather's great. Kind of hot today, but definitely worse places as he swings and misses through an 80-mile-per-hour curveball. Counts 0-2. Berries down to their final strike. They're down 11-4. High fly ball. It's going to be in shallow center. Who's going to get there? Jackson Weber makes the catch. And that is out number 3, and that will do it. 3-game series has concluded. 3 wins for the Ridgefield Raptors, and they get it done today in dominant fashion, winning 11-4 over your Marion Berries on Berries and Cream Sunday. If you guys could turn your attention toward the third base side, We see somebody getting thrown out right there by umpire Taylor Schneider, and I believe it's Chris Cote. I just saw him walk out for the handshake line, but there was definitely some sort of ejection there. With a half inning to go and a 7-run win to seal the sweep. So broadcaster Jack Connolly wasn't crazy. He was all over it. 11-4 final score. 14 hits for the Raptors, 7 for the Berries. Most of those coming in the last 2 innings. They put up all 4 of their runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. 2 home runs, one off the bat of Martin Serrano, one off the bat of Cale Barney in the 8th and 9th. We can look ahead. The Berries on the road at Corvallis tomorrow and then go to Walla Walla for 3 games against the Sweets before coming back home here on Friday. 3-game series against the Yakima Valley Pippins. Ridgefield will be on the road at Portland this week before hosting the Sweets back in Ridgefield over the weekend. That will do it for this portion of the broadcast. We will take a break, come back, and talk to our player of the game after this quick break.
The final touches together ahead of opening night, but as you can see, all brand new synthetic turf, and the real coup de grace, I would say, is all of our brand new seats that we've installed. So we'll have some hospitality decks in the corners as well by the bullpens, and of course our fun zone and our new inflatable wiffle ball field making its debut tomorrow night as well. And we also purchased a new smoker for our new barbecue concession stand, so we'll have tri-tip sandwiches, brisket sandwiches, barbecue pulled pork as well, and expanding off of our award-winning Marion Berries barbecue sauce. We're going to be having our first fireworks night on the 3rd of July here at the ballpark, and then on July 17th, we're also going to be doing a drone show for all the fans. Check out our promo schedule. Every single night there's something different going on, something different and unique for families.
Welcome back, everybody. Cale, this is the strange voice in your ear is Cole Weber, the broadcaster, and I wish I could be talking to you under better circumstances after the 7-run loss, but you are our player of the game. After losing 11-4, you had 2 hits, that deep home run to center field to finish it off. How'd you feel at the plate in the final innings?
You know, I felt pretty good. I've had a little bit of a downswing, but just coming in every day, just working, at the end of the day, it's just talking to people and just getting confidence up, because I know I can do it. So at the end of the day, it's just getting confidence up and know I belong here. So, and then just putting together good at bats. So that's what happened today, and felt good. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, baseball's a game where the results don't always come. I mean, you can be doing things right, and the ball's just not going your way that day, and that's how it kind of seemed for you over these last couple of weeks. A lot of good swings, but it just wasn't coming through. But it finally came to fruition today. How do you feel? Do you think this is going to translate as we go forward in the summer?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think this is pretty good momentum for us. I know this hasn't been going the way we planned. Our hits haven't really been falling, but that's a good last 3 innings to kind of carry over to the week. So yeah, I mean, we're kind of in a downslope right now, but we'll be good. We'll figure it out.
I think you hit the nail on the head there. Those last 3 innings, especially offensively, were fantastic for you guys, and it was a lot different than what we saw for most of this series. You scored 4 runs, all 4 runs tonight in those final 3 innings.
Yes, sir.
Do you think you're going to be able to roll that over for tomorrow? It's technically Game 3 of the series against Corvallis. How do you think it's going to go on this next 4-day road trip?
I think it's going to be good. I think all we need to see is just a couple of guys get some hits, get some momentum, and I think we should be able to just roll right over. And, I mean, yeah, we just had a couple of tough breaks, but I mean, eventually those are going to start falling our way, and that momentum that we're building is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I think you guys are trending in the right direction offensively. Ridgefield's a good squad. They've got a lot of bats, and the pitching was fantastic this series. Cale, I appreciate you coming on and talking to me. This is Cale Barney, our player of the game in Game 3 against Ridgefield. He had a great game tonight, 2 for 4 with a home run to center field. Cale, good luck for the rest of the summer. Hope to talk to you again. Have a great rest of your night.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You too. Thank you, guys.
And that will do it for the broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Ridgefield seals the sweep here on Sunday, Berries and Cream Day. It is 8:15 p.m., 3 hours after first pitch. And we will be back here at home at Chemeketa Baseball Field coming on Friday. Yakima Valley Pippins will be in town for a 3-game set over next weekend. We hope you enjoy the rest of your week. We thank you for tuning in on YouTube and the WCL Live app. My name is Cole Weber. I'll be with you for the rest of the summer, and I am signing off from Chemeketa.